wonder where you are. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. Search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. the world around us. They don't need to know. Come find me where the sun sets and say you'll never let me go. You're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I go. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. Broken love. Broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. They don't know how we love when we're lying close. With you, I know I belong. Without all eyes on us, you're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I go. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. Cause you'll always be my broken love. Cause you'll always be my broken love. You'll always be my broken love. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too
Hey, what's happening? Can you hear me okay, BTM?
What's up? Yeah, I can hear you clearly. How's things going with you?
Good. I just didn't know if you guys would be able to hear. You know what I mean?
Yes, we know the struggle. We know the struggle.
Yes. Every single time. I just started asking now instead of trying it and fucking, being all robotic. I'm just like, hell, can you guys hear me okay?
Instead of going like for 5 minutes and you realize no one has heard one word you said and everyone's screaming into the chat, robot, robot, you just decided to ask. That was the plan.
Yeah, I figured it'd be easier if I just asked now instead of, trying to carry on a half-assed conversation that ain't getting me nowhere.
Yeah. Like, oh, what's going on? So how's things going with you? Everything good?
Good. Feeling a little bit better. I figured we'd start off with this and get this out the way and then bullshit if you guys want to.
Okay, cool. I don't
This
think
is
you.
the unsealed search warrant.
Yeah. I was just reading it because I was just like, look, you just tossed it to me. I was reading it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I gave it to you before, but it said something about making you pay for it. And you're like, I'm not paying for this. I was like, I didn't even know you had to. What the hell's going on?
Oh no, I think that was another thing. That wasn't that one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. No, this one I was like, I didn't get a chance because I was working all day. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think it's just basically a lot of the same, but the only difference is, I'm trying to think. It's more of the same, but like the difference is the receipt of property looks new. That and everything else. Like it's interesting. Not sure about a lot of the items they took. That's kind of weird, but I guess they have a reason for taking it. And I wish the police
Yeah,
officer.
that's pretty much the most important step. You know what I mean? That's pretty much the most important part of the whole search warrant is what they took. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a little weird that they took like. I wish his handwriting was a little bit better because this is like reading a doctor's handwriting, but I got the general gist of it. But
So they
yeah.
got one silver flashlight, 4 medical style gloves, and you know what? He probably had 4 of those gloves in his pocket or something. Because when I used to work in like the medical field, I'd stick those fuckers in my pocket and have them in there all day. You know what I mean? Like I would just have a.
Well, it says one Defiant silver flashlight, 4 medical style gloves, white, I think Arizona jean, I think a Genco large T-shirt. Is that JENN Co? Oh no. Then the fourth item is a Champion WSU. What is it? Cargo's large black sweatshirt. What is that? 5 is a pair of black and white size 13 Nike shoes. 6 is a pair of black Under Armour socks, it looks like. 7 is Under Armour black large shorts, it looks like. And 8 is Under Armour black boxers large. And 9 is one Ackle swab, maybe? Not sure. It's tough to read it. Let's see.
Yeah, it's tough to read here. Oh, hey Ellie Boo, what you doing, girl?
Hey, what's going on? You guys going through it? Yeah, it's mostly like clothes and then like the swab.
GeneCo. Thank you, GeneCo. Thank you, Amy. GeneCo. Yeah, it looked like 2 N's actually for a moment. I was like, what the hell is GenCo? I was like, what the hell is this? I was reading it. What do you think of it, Ellie?
I mean, it just, everybody was talking, I remember at the Washington search warrant that like, where are the clothes? And he probably just brought home a lot of his clothes
and this
with
warrant's
him.
from his dad's house, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you for becoming a member, and thank you, Sama, too, for becoming a member, love.
So this is the clothes.
Yeah, this is from his house, right?
Yeah, it's in Pennsylvania. So yeah, people like when they did the search warrant from the house and from the apartment in Pullman, people are like, where are the clothes? And so it's interesting. This is like a lot of clothes. And then the flashlight, I wonder,
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm wondering, like, what made them target these particular clothes?
Maybe because it's black. Maybe they're black. There's like, because he was wearing black clothes.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it could have been because that's what he was wearing on the way home, or he could have just changed into another outfit and had this one like laying in the side or in a bag or whatever. And they were like, what'd you wear home? And he said, right there. That
Yeah.
that bag right there, you know.
Yeah, I just wonder about the boxers and everything.
Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Did you guys know that he had surgery to make himself thinner? Like
No,
I
I
saw
didn't.
that recently. Like
on
he went through
yes,
and Plunger did like a thing on it, and like he also worked at like when he was like more of like a teen, maybe 15 or 16. He worked like for like he did fish skinning, like he was skinning fish, working for a fisherman. So maybe that's how he like got his knife skills, possibly. You know,
yeah, could be. I mean,
they were talking about that. Just, but he didn't. He actually didn't do good and got fired quick from it because he wasn't doing a good job at it. But you know, yeah, and he had like some kind of weight loss surgery, right? That's interesting because
yeah,
we were like, why? How did
pretty
he
sure
lose
your
all that
stomach
weight?
stapled, right? Was that your stomach stapled or whatever? The
Yeah.
okay. Oh, thank you, B Tim. Look at you supporting the hive, baby, gifting memberships and all that.
No problem. No
Aw.
problem. But yeah, it's interesting.
Gastric sleeve is what it's called. Okay, yeah.
It's weird that they don't put like his cell phone, but I'm sure they take that, right? I mean, it wasn't on the other one either.
Well, I was
You
gonna
know?
say that's an electronic device. I mean, I'm sure they had to have a search warrant for that too on it in its own. I mean,
It's
just in my experience, and I'll just say in my experience, do I have some experience? Let me just say that. They had to have a warrant for each cell phone and each electronic device. Otherwise, it had to be labeled on the search warrant. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it had to have. If it wasn't labeled on the search warrant, it had to have its own warrant for its own.
Yeah.
Each phone, each device.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that was like probably. I don't know.
I mean, the one thing I'm more interested in is the pair of shoes. That's interesting. They took his Nike shoes because obviously they have the diamond print.
And the sizes don't match, because I think they were saying the other one was like, I've heard 9, I've heard 10 for the latent print outside of her door that was diamond is like a smaller size.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Voice says it was a tummy tuck for the loose skin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true, or is it actually a gastric sleeve, or is it just like how you have excess skin that he just kind of like? I know this doesn't really matter too much about the actual crime. I mean, maybe it can go to a psychological, if someone is actually a psychologist, and be like, well, maybe this is why, he had some issues with, socializing with people or something like that. But I'm just wondering. This is just me just wondering.
Yeah, let me see where yeah, let me look. We're reading about it. Let me look and see.
Paper's work is old school, and the line and slash is way used to have to do several official documents. Yes.
So what? White Arizona. What's this? Jean Co. large T-shirt. Okay. Champion sweatshirt. Is that what this is?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Champion WSU. I think.
Oh,
that looks like WSU.
Read this fucking shit. Under Armour. Something.
It says pair of black and white Nike size 13 Nike shoes. 6 is a pair of black Under Armour socks. It looks like. 7 is Under Armour black large shorts. 8 is Under Armour black boxers large. 9 is one buckle swab. I guess like a mouth swab.
That's like the DNA swab that they got of him.
Yeah.
So basically, this is what he was wearing, and he had a flashlight and 4 medical gloves on him. So he had a shirt, shorts, boxers, socks, T-shirt, sweatshirt.
Do you think they just took his clothes?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's pretty much what he had on. I mean, Under Armour. Okay, so what's his boxers? Okay, so he'd have been wearing them, and then shorts, and then he had his pants on or whatever, plus his shoes, his 13 shoes, sweatshirt, T-shirt. So I mean, yeah, he was basically, this is just what he was wearing. Then he had a flashlight and 4 gloves in his pocket or whatever. You know what I mean? Wherever the fuck they got that from.
Yeah, but why would they take his, like, is this like he was wearing at the night of what, like, of the time that they of the day, or is this like
probably they kicked the door in, or you know what I mean, when they went and got him?
Oh, so you're saying so you're saying the clothes he had on him at the time. Okay.
Yeah, they just listed him right here. I mean, like they said, this ain't for the house. This is just what was on his persons. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for the house.
I got you.
Let's see here. Let's go back to the top here because it says, let's see. Any and all items listed. Okay, hold on, but that's not.
Kind of odd. I mean, so they might have. Do you think they got the gloves from on his persons? And obviously,
Yeah, I think he probably had them in his pocket.
And also a flashlight.
Okay, this warrant shall be served as soon as anytime during the day or the night, but in no event later than 4:35 p.m. on December 31st. Well, hold on.
Yeah, I've never been in a situation where I've actually went out and had a flashlight in my pocket in my home with fucking gloves. That's a new one. Was taking seats to cover.
And this search warrant was requested by the FBI.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah. Okay, the following property was taken and seized, and a copy of this receipt and inventory with a copy of the search warrant and affidavit, if not sealed, was, and then here it says, personally served on the name of the person, BryanKohberger. So, yeah, I'm guessing this is just the shit they got off of him. So this would be what he was wearing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I was like wondering, like,
flashlight. I mean, I'm not my brother. I mean, my brother ain't no killer, but he walks around. He's had his flashlight in his pocket a few. You know what I'm saying? Like he's.
I like how you preference it. My brother.
I mean, I just want to, throw that out there a little bit.
Just in case someone makes an exposed video.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me. That's that Tupac song. You know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah, I got you. They watched him put in trash in his neighbor's trash. Probably had the flashlight on. That's just still weird. Why would you walk around? I guess like gloves, a little odd, but whatever. Maybe he's a germaphobe. Agree. They would have searched for days after the list. I feel okay. Revenge is.
Shit, that might be the gloves and the fucking flashlight that he put in the trash can. That's what I said. They watched him put in the trash can. The neighbor's trash probably had the flashlight. The flashlight and the gloves, he probably threw those in the trash can.
Yeah. But for a search warrant, would they just be like asking for the clothes he has on? Because this is like a search warrant. I don't think they arrest
this person. Like this is just what was on him. You know what I mean? Like this ain't the house. This is not the house. This ain't for the house.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just what was on him. Just what was on him.
Collected and seized. Okay. Yeah.
But see, that's the only bad thing here. Okay, look, the person, BryanKohberger, date of birth 11/21/94, blood or other bodily fluids or materials and items with blood or other bodily fluids. Let's see, knives, sheaths, or other weapons. Let's see if this is anything he's got. Let's look through here.
It was served to him and the parents. Okay. So they didn't search the parents' house and basically
here, based upon this, the affiants believe that Koberger is located inside the residence and in possession of the items related to this investigation. Okay, requesting all digital devices seized be forensically examined in controlled environment at some future date. Yeah, because this is just the...
I'm so bloody angry being Canadian and okay. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, and this is hard as hell to see. This is supposed to be his travel pal. You can't fucking see that.
Well, that's probably just a recopy of a copy of like the rest. You know,
Right. Copy of a copy of a copy.
yeah. Probable cause affidavit, probably.
Yeah. This route or whatever. Which all this was already out anyways, you know.
Well, Georgia, I would say that most likely, yes, a lot of people did cover it, but we didn't cover it, and we don't talk about the same things over and over again. I wish you would watch more lives and see that, actually. But anyway, I think you missed out on a very interesting live a couple of days ago. I think it's his personal inventory sheet. Yeah, I mean, I think like what Queen is saying makes sense, you know? Because like there would be no way that they would be like, why would they take his boxers? So it would be make more sense if they just like say, okay, this is your clothes you got on. Okay, change into these. Then you know whatever when they intake or something like that. I don't know, but it's a little confusing. A copy of a copy of a copy. Yep. Voices.
Ellie Boo dropped down. I wondered where she went. I'm like, where the hell is she at?
Ellie drops off all the time. She is like the.
I know she drops off and comes back. Drops off and comes back.
Do you want me to drop the link, or do you not like the StreamYard link? Or
is it?
No,
oh no, I was not. Yeah, here I would say you can drop it or I can drop it. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Let me see. But I'm sorry. My point was that we are not allowed to carry anything to protect yourself in the city where people are being jumped by swarms of teenagers. We've had so many shootings. Yeah, New York's a lot safer than a lot of other cities, and also it's just usually like. I mean, like if you're bored, and this is a side tangent, if you're like actually raised here in New York, you know where the safe neighborhoods are at the certain times to be, and the bad and the good, you know, and the bad neighborhoods to be in a certain time. Like you wouldn't catch me in the Bronx at night. Absolutely not. Certain parts of the Bronx, I would not be walking around. But like certain parts of Brooklyn is perfectly fine, but certain parts of Brooklyn you wouldn't want to walk. And Manhattan, pretty much, you know, mostly safe in a lot of areas. Chicago got safer today. I hope so. We going over things on multiple platforms is a great different viewers' opinions and discussions. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And also a lot of people sometimes want the person's opinions on it. And honestly, it's just like, you know, there's other people that might want to actually talk about it, you know.
Well, yeah, you know what? And I mean, yeah, there was a couple other people that went over it, but I don't watch their fucking streams. So, I mean, if you want to watch them, that's cool, but I don't have time for it. So,
yeah, exactly.
But we're definitely going through this because I'm a nosy motherfucker. That's why.
Yep.
Nosy as hell. I sure the fuck I am.
And personally, this is like the first time I've started reading it because I don't really watch those streams. A lot of those other people that do those streams too. I'm kind of like, whatever. I don't really watch those people. Usually I watch other cases actually too. So with the BryanKohberger thing, I usually watch this channel and Gray's channel usually.
Yeah, Gray's been doing really good too. Covering it, you know, making sure to put out just like, you know, important stuff only.
Yeah. But
I see Kaylee's sister had the baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they put a picture of it up. I think a few people shared it, but you know, she would have been an aunt. The baby's perfect. She's like beautiful. You know what I mean? Healthy baby. There was a picture of you know, Steve, the dad, and Kaylee's mom, which would be grandma and grandpa holding the baby, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of sad if you think.
No, Jen, I didn't see her middle name. I didn't. I just seen that picture of them and thought that was really cool, you know, that they shared that with everybody.
Well, you're allowed to actually, believe me, I don't mind people having carrying weapons, honestly, as long as you have a license. The only problem is that, you know, you're in the city, you fire the wrong way with your gun, you're going to kill someone accidentally in the apartment. It's like a very compact area in New York. That's the only issue. But I have no issues people having protecting themselves with guns. But anyway, that's a side tangent. I mean, did you see
Haley and Maddie's name together? Oh, I bet that's look. You know what? That's a good way to honor them too. You know.
I mean, I don't see, unless you notice anything. Did you notice anything different other than just that? I mean, pretty much I'm just reading
on the search warrant. Yeah, that was it. Just that list.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
just
the
that
big
list.
part of it. Yeah.
That's why I said. I mean, I wasn't in a big rush to go over it because it's just basically what they got from him, and it seems what he was wearing, and you know, the 4 gloves and the flashlight, which ain't shit.
Yeah. I mean, that could be easily explained away in any sort of trial. It'd be like, oh, well, I'm a germaphobe. I just don't, because it said that he wore gloves when he went to the supermarket, didn't he?
Those might have been from like when he was, remember, he was like throwing out trash like next door.
Yeah. So
maybe those are the gloves, you know?
But yeah, that could be that too. But you know, didn't you say, like, I remember I heard in a live or something like where he went into stores with gloves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this guy could easily explain it away and be like, yeah, I'm a germaphobe. I'm afraid of COVID. So I have these gloves on me all the time. And this flashlight because there's no street lights. So, you know, I mean, like, it could be easily, it's not like nefarious. It's just, you know, probably like he says, he probably had them on him. I know that's not like the usual speculation. Like he's, you know, this is the flashlight that he used in the scene of when he's committed. It's like it could be. I just feel like
that sheath at the scene, though. I mean, you can't get. I don't know, him leaving that and him having his touch DNA on that. I know, like, people are like, "Oh, touch DNA is not like very," but it's like DNA, and he like shouldn't be in that house. So like. What, and it's on a knife sheath. Like, I feel like that's a pretty much, they have a lot more on Bryan already than I have on Murdoch. Like, and
yeah, I get it that they got it from the parents' house. I mean, he keeps on saying that's what they got from the parents' house.
Yeah, this is the parents. This is the Pennsylvania search warrant. Yeah, from when he was there.
Yeah, and I think a lot. I mean, but that's the thing. Queen's like basically saying that these are clothes that he had on.
Yeah, they said they didn't release what was in. They didn't release what they took from inside the home. They said they just took this off of his persons, and that's what it says in this one.
Yeah.
So there could be other stuff, like, because they had to get his phone at some point, and I'm sure his phone and maybe a laptop was with him.
Well, that's what makes me think there might be more stuff coming out because
because it makes a lot of sense what you're saying, because why would they, like, how would they know that his black boxers was the boxers he's wearing at the like, how would they know? Those boxers, they're black, like
it makes sense. Like, it's like his whole, like, it's an outfit of clothing. I didn't even
obviously this is an outfit. This is probably what he had on his persons when they took him in,
because they took him in the middle of it was like a no knock raid. So he probably maybe had, you know, I don't know where the gloves were, but maybe the gloves have to do with because there's also that DNA swab. I think the gloves have to do with like taking the father's DNA from the, you know, the other garbage, I bet. Or, you know, I mean, because he might have thrown out those gloves.
All right, let's watch this. We're going to watch this real quick. This from the Today Show. We're going to watch this and see what they say, okay? Because Emmy's saying, no, it's not from him, though, but it is his clothes, so it's got to be from him. So hold on. Watch this.
Yeah, and if you could jump up, Emmy, if you want to jump up, you can jump up.
In a surprise pre-dawn raid in late December, law enforcement arresting BryanKohberger at his parents' Pennsylvania home, taking the suspect into custody after a 6-week manhunt.
Bryan!
Now in a newly unsealed search warrant, we're learning what else authorities took from his family home that morning. Among the items, a flashlight and medical gloves, an assortment of clothing, including a black sweatshirt and black and white Nikes, and a cheek swab, presumably for the suspect's DNA. According to 2 sources familiar with the investigation, NBC News learned investigators used forensic genealogy to zero in on Kohlberger, possibly using DNA recovered from a knife sheath found near the body of one of the victims. In a previous search of Kohlberger's apartment in Washington state, investigators also gathered possible hair strands, chemical-resistant gloves, items that had red and brown stains, and a computer tower. In December, Kohlberger had driven home with his father to Pennsylvania from Washington State University, where he was pursuing his PhD in criminal justice. On that trip, the pair were pulled over twice in Indiana weeks before the arrest.
How y'all doing today?
They were driving a white Hyundai Elantra, the same type of car police say was captured on surveillance video near the scene of the murders. Kohlberger's school, less than 10 miles from the University of Idaho, and the off-campus home where 4 students, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonzalez, and Maddie Mogan, were found stabbed to death on November 13th. A surviving roommate telling authorities she saw a figure dressed in black in the home that night. Now Kohlberger is awaiting trial on 4 counts of first-degree murder. He has not formally entered a plea, but has said through a former attorney that he believes he will be exonerated. Meanwhile, the community of Moscow, Idaho, is trying to move forward.
I feel better, sort of, knowing that they have the suspect in custody, that there's a chance that this might all be behind us soon enough.
The university announcing the house where the murders happened will be demolished, calling it a healing step and a way to stop efforts to further sensationalize the crime scene.
Now, authorities still haven't publicly released a motive for the attack, but allege Kohlberger stalked the victim's house at least a dozen times before the killings and say he went back to the crime scene hours after the murders. Guys.
All right, Gotti, thank you.
Let's get some more perspective on these latest developments from NBC.
All right, I had to walk away for a second and deal with my what did we hear? What did we get here? I'm trying to check my email at the same time to get this article from Emmy here.
I mean, this is like, there was part of this that there was like discovery that was made. There's something in the search warrant that has been sealed as well.
Yeah, I
like
believe
that
it's
they're not like
stuff in
Exhibit
the
A.
home. Isn't that stuff from the parents' house, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah, there's something. And yeah, I don't think the gloves are from the trash.
No, I think they're from him. I think they were in his pockets or in his clothes. I think those are his clothes.
Yeah. That he was on. That makes sense to me. And if there's other stuff that was taken, maybe that isn't that. Because there's like
there's supposed to be unsealing more stuff too as well, I thought.
There's something that they sealed, like
Also, it says like what Emmy was saying is that they took from his home. Basically, they're saying in a news report those assortment of clothes. But a little odd that they took his boxers and it doesn't look like they took multiple pairs of boxers. They just it doesn't look like it says like more than one, like just one. It just they took one set of boxers, one set of an outfit. That's a little odd. I don't understand why.
Other than like what Queen said, that's what he was wearing when they took him. So that had to be.
But I see where Emmy's kind of getting at. The news report says it differently. That's the thing.
Yeah, but you know the news. They say things differently, you know.
Yeah. Because that just
here's this. We don't trust News Nation, but we're gonna watch her anyway. No, she tells whoppers without fucking sources. But we're gonna watch.
We've shown some misinformation from this lady, for sure.
Has been digging through the warrant, the documents, every little piece of it to see how much we know and how much we don't. He's standing by live. So, Bryan, I suppose I'm not surprised by this list. It looks like they kind of just took whatever he was wearing off of him, and that's the list we got. But this other business about searching for the electronic devices, etc., we don't know if they got them, do we?
No, we don't. I'm going to get to that, but I just want to go back to the medical style gloves that they found on him. That's one of the items there, Ashley. That certainly stood out to me. But you're right. When we were tipped off that these search warrants were going to be unsealed, we were waiting, finally got them today. The first thing I thought was, well, where's all the rest of the stuff? Well, there's an explanation. This is only the property list from the items seized off of Kohlberger himself. So his clothing.
Bingo. We figured out.
Oh, didn't I tell you? I told you in my experience.
We doubted you. People doubted you.
I mean, I'm just saying, I've been through a couple things in my life. Okay.
You have some first-hand experience.
We've been through some shit over here.
You've been some first-hand experience.
You're like, sounds like an outfit.
Sounds like
I didn't think of that. Yeah, that makes so much sense, you know.
But see, there's more. They took more. They just ain't releasing it yet. Just watch.
They're
Wait.
not. Yep.
They definitely
Just
didn't
wait.
just take his fucking clothes. They took more than that. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, because I was sitting there. I was like, why would they take just one pair of underwear? That makes no
Yeah,
sense.
how could they know those were the underwear? They don't have
they
like
said-
GPS on them.
Here, we're gonna unseal this, but you guys can only see what the fuck we took from his persons.
I know. It's so crazy what they do. They're like fucking with us. This whole like all of them.
All right, now we have to stretch out this. We have to stretch out this line. We got to do speculation now and
Yeah.
just make up shit now.
What was in the house? What was in the ceiling part?
What's with the underwear? Did
Yeah.
something happen with the underwear? Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Why size 13 shoe? We thought they were
Yeah.
10. Yeah.
Did
Are
he
they his
purpose-
shoes?
likely
Is there
those
an
gloves-
accomplice?
Did he purposely fit his feet into smaller shoes to? throw
Oh
people-
shit! Does he have an accomplice in there or something? Don't
Oh,
stop.
Yeah.
Does he have 3 accomplices? Does he have like?
Yeah.
Is it a trap house?
Uh,
Is it a Mormon trap house with 3
Past
accomplices?
Master said, just stop by to show some love. Keep doing what you're doing and don't ever change. Real one. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, love. Thank you.
They were seized.
Yeah.
To our reports.
All right, I'm gonna turn his ass back on. Brian, we're gonna
Okay.
finish listening to Brian here.
or maybe in a pocket, his shoes, his boxers, his shirt, all of that stuff. We still don't have the property list of the other search warrants. That would be for the house itself. And you'll remember when I was out there, Ashley, I saw that all the windows were broken and were duct taped. The police went into the house. We still don't have the items that they brought out of the house, maybe a cell phone, maybe a computer. Don't have that list. We also don't have the list of what they got from inside Kohberger's car, which of course is very important because that's the car the police.
Hold up. I know they did not duct tape the fucking door.
Oh,
Is that
gosh, 'cause
duct
they
tape
broke
on the
the
fucking door?
something because they broke that window. I remember.
Well, that's
the
Yeah,
mostly-
well, when they have a no-knock warrant, they can use flashbangs. They can use whatever. They can do whatever.
and they did. I think they broke 2
Flashbangs are a
doors. or
bitch, and they ruin your fucking floors too.
I'm feeling like there's some animosity towards certain people.
something. Towards flashbangs.
Motherfuckers ruin your goddamn floors, you sons of bitches.
Oh my goodness! I know they just go right. They just went right in, and
They just
I remember
fucking
like
do it. Well, see, that's what happens. You fuck around, you find out. Then see, that's what happens.
yeah. They didn't clean it up. Remember, his dad was cleaning it up. They like caught him on like photos of him cleaning up.
Why would they fucking duct tape the door? That looks terrible.
Yeah, maybe until like they came over and got it fixed. You know, sometimes it takes, especially that kind of circle. They have to probably order that. You know, I've had glass being breaking at my business. Oh my god,
they
it's
should
the
put a
worst.
board up there or something, not duct
Yeah,
tape.
like a board. Yeah, like some cardboard would be better. That's what we do. Or like or wood. Like
So basically, the only thing new on this case, besides people talking about his, getting rid of his loose skin and the house being demolished, it's basically 9 items they took from him, his person, basically.
Yeah, what he was wearing when he pretty much.
I
Now
really
we know
don't-
what he was wearing.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I was not in a big hurry to go through this shit because I already knew it was the list was pretty much just his fucking clothes that he was wearing. I want to know what they got out of the house. I want to know what else he took.
There's
I don't
something
know what
big
he
in
was
there
wearing.
that they found because something was sealed up from like relating to this.
Do you
like,
think that? Yeah, you go.
No, you go.
Do you think they're gonna actually do like a lot, like an actual, like they're gonna have a live television feed of the trial or no?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I thought at one point maybe, but I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like it all depends. I mean, they did like televise his like when he was his original hearing, right? The arraignment. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
It
sure.
could go either way. It could be like they might want to close it because of the media, and the public wanting to see it, or they might keep it open for that very reason because it's just a small courtroom and there's so many people affected. That was like one of the things that people were saying, because it's a very small courtroom and there's a lot of people affected and there's a huge public, interest.
And I have a feeling a lot of the news media is going to try to push to get in there. Like, they definitely, because there's a lot of, high profile trials, and this is probably one of those they want to see.
Yeah. I mean, especially with like News Nation, I mean, I'm sure they'll be.
Yeah, Emmy says they'll release the footage end of day. Yeah, I know they did that last time, but I'm
sure
if
they'll
they're
do something similar. Yeah. Well, I mean, with like Lori Daybell, that whole thing that's starting, I think it's going to be not televised, and that's Idaho, but it's going to be recorded.
Yeah, I guess based on state to state, so it's different from the Murdoch trial.
And court to court too.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Idaho too. Daybell's in Idaho also. So, but they're gonna I think it's only gonna be audio only. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see what I guess. I feel like it can go either way with this case. It's really up to the judge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hi, Barbara Baby, by the way. Canadian citizens are generally someone's having a very big gun debate in the chat. It's very interesting.
Oh wow, really?
There's like this big bear mace gun debate. It's very interesting. All right, what do you think, Emmy? Are you gonna have guns or bear mace? What are you doing?
Oh yeah, JLR was like out at.
I like how you just ignored that and you just said, good job. And then you brought up JLR to immediately try to sidestep.
Well, as I'm gonna bring Brian Etten into, he like cornered friggin' poor Brian Etten today, like at Mosul, because they were waiting, for the jury who was like on the property, and he's like JLR. He was live, and he's like, I'm just gonna like go right up to JLR, and he did it, and poor Brian Etten was like thrown off a little by JLR. He really kind of cornered him, and he had to talk to him, and he was on like his live. Poor Brian Etten.
Let me see. I'm trying to see. Yeah, JLR is a wackadoo. That's for sure. That guy's a wackadoo.
People were like, I was like watching his chat. It was interesting just because he was out there this morning. So I was like, and people were like, thank you for being out there, JLR. You're doing like such good work. And, and then there was going to be like a media like tour. And then, he found out, like, no, there's no media tour, but there actually was a media tour, but I don't think he was invited. He was like, oh, great, there's a media tour. I'm going to find out about that. And they were like, no, there's not. But then there was one, but I think it was for like Washington Post did it or something. It wasn't like, it couldn't be like a whole group of people in there. You know what I mean? It would have been too much. But,
absolutely.
No, but they did like film it though. And they had it available to watch. The jury, from like a car. They showed like the drive out there, and they filmed, not the jurors, of course, but like the property, because it does look different. It was interesting. And the judge was there.
I just feel like this is going to be a very interesting trial to follow, because it's
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's not so far away. You think we're almost in March. It's a couple months away, June,
Yeah, it would make sense because it's a very interesting case. A lot of people will be following it. Plus the Murdoch trial should be over. Oh my God.
It's finally going to be over like in a couple. They're going to get probably tomorrow they'll get the, they'll get it.
Do you think JLR will be in the courtroom?
I think he's on his way to, it depends on what day he has for, CPAC, because they have like he has tickets like, but only one day, so I don't know if he's gonna stay. And
yeah, that guy's like Where's Waldo in the fucking true crime community. He's just everywhere. I don't even know how he's able to do it, to be honest with you.
Oh my God, 1 second he's like at the Moselle, then he's like back at the courthouse like so fast, like he's an alien. He must have flew there or something. I mean, it was like really quick.
Busted. Yeah. Like, I honestly like.
Busted, little motherfucker was running behind. Look at him with the camera. He was going behind the news people. Look at him.
He's
She's
like
doing
bombing,
their news
photo
with his camera out. Look at his ass. Busted.
Look at his
little dumbass.
What's with his hands? His other hand.
Look at him. He's got his fucking blue press shirt on, his media hat on. He's got his red shorts on. Like, get
What's
the fuck out of here.
what's with his
Right.
hand? Why is
He's
his
got
hand
the phone
like
in his
that?
hand. He's got the phone in his hand, taking a picture of her while they're recording him.
No, the other hand. Like, look
Oh,
at like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
like
just
a fucking
hanging there.
tip,
Yeah, it's like limp.
like a monster claw.
Maybe
yeah.
he didn't activate that one hand this morning.
Right.
It's like
A part of me has to.
It might be stuck from riding the cock earlier and shit. He was and he made the picture his goddamn self. Look at this shit.
Oh my gosh.
That is his thumbnail. He put that shit on there.
I know. It's so funny because I thought someone else did it, but then you said
shit.
it was him.
I think he's got to be trolling people at this point. He's got to be like this.
I mean, he
guy-
walked right in front of Buster and like said to him, "Did you kill like Stephen
started
Smith?"
screaming. Yes, he's so funny.
Yeah, like Buster used like it's a picture really close up, and Buster is looking into like JLR's eyes or into the camera, pretty much. I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like he's like in freaking Buster's face.
JLR, shit.
He is everywhere. I don't know how he gets around like he does. He moves fast, you know. Next in like 2 seconds, he's gonna be in DC.
Right.
That's why he probably has red, white, and blue. He's like, I'm gonna pack on my red, white, and blue clothes for the trip, you know, because he's going CPAC.
We need to go see if that news station has him walking behind their clip, or if they had
If they had to maybe take it out. That's funny.
We need to go see. Let's go look. What news station was it? Let's see here. Okay, so it's WLTX 19. All right, WLTX 19. We need to go look at that news station and see if they have his ass behind their clip.
Where's Waldo of the True Crime
That's today.
community?
That is right. Where's Waldo? He's at the Murdaugh trial right now.
Is like a part of you kind of like I don't know. I mean, like if this guy wasn't like a tragedy pimp or whatnot, this part of me would be like kind of like respecting how fucking much energy this guy's got. Like this guy's like the fucking energizing bunny. I mean,
yeah. He doesn't like stop. He just does not fucking stop. I mean, god damn, he did the Summer Wells case for 2 years straight, and he harassed them every fucking day. He was in Tennessee all the time.
I mean, I'm tired just going from one state to this other. This guy goes to like all 50 states, like, you know, multiple times a month. Like, what the hell?
I know. I mean, just today you went to Mosul. He's back. He's like here. He's going to Washington D.C. I know. He has like a lot going on.
Got a lot of energy. Is he getting the?
He's
diet
an alien.
Pills?
He's
Is he
an
getting
alien.
the diet pills from Molly?
And he was eating McDonald's. Like, how could you feel good? I don't know. You know, he's like, that's his energy, I guess.
Yeah.
But he was eating very little bites. It was weird. There was
he doesn't eat. He doesn't eat.
Yeah. He was eating weird bites of it. It was like weird. Yeah.
Ellie, he does not eat.
I know.
He is a robot alien. There is no way.
Maybe
that
like spits it out or something. Like,
I think he does spit it out. I think he really doesn't eat that shit. He does not eat that shit at all.
Because the way that it was like, he was like picking it up and putting it down, and it was like weird little bites around like in a circle. It looked weird. Like a kid.
I'm thinking like JLR is probably a vegan and he just pretends that he eats a fucking hamburger. I guess.
He did eat a French fry. I think I saw the French fry go into his mouth.
He is,
possibly.
Yeah, let me see what True Texas beats him. He is living the American dream of fucking off and traveling on someone else's dime. Yeah.
And somebody said that. Yeah.
It could be the American dream. My American dream would not be to travel like a hobo across all 50 states.
No.
And
go
embarrass myself on the internet and be a laughing stock to thousands.
Isn't he still on parole or probation or parole or something?
Yeah, I think he is. I'm not sure what he's on parole for. I'm a little
Me too, Grand Bun. He scares me too. There's something about him that scares me. But he wasn't doing terrible today, because he did, like, they told all the media and such to turn their cameras, and he actually turned the cameras, but then he like went really far down the road and was facing his camera in the direction, but you couldn't see them because they were kind of around the corner. But he's like always kind of pushing. I mean, he was being respectful though. You know what I mean? to, you know, give him a little bit of credit. I mean, he was out there and he was answering questions like, is like, you know, the judge wearing his robe? People wanted to know that, you know what I mean? Like, he was able to see those things, which, you know, whatever. Not giving him props or anything. Oh, back chat's here, blowing up the back chat.
No, just
Back chat.
But, how are you guys?
There's someone else on the panel too. Did you hear her, Queen?
Me?
Queen, do you
Yes.
know there's someone else on the panel?
Is there really?
Yeah.
Jonathan Lee Rich's investigation.
Oh my god.
Finally. Yeah, I love the judge too. He's gonna retire. He's
After
like,
this for sure.
bring the jury. I love how he says that.
Yeah, I mean, there's pretty much nothing else that really. I mean, like, I don't think there's any much details in this case yet. You know, it's just
What, Idaho? Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that you got is like a bunch of fucking morons who are basically deciding to make up speculation and bullshit through this entire case because they've ran out of ideas. Basically, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and it pretty much it makes sense, like what Queen said and stuff like that. It's just because it was like a weird like list of clothing, you know, like a weird like why is it, you know,
Yeah,
it was
I didn't
it
get
was
it
a strange solved.
He also said State of Arizona versus Jonathan Lee Richards at B10.
Make sure. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the guy, I mean, like, I just don't like how people just make like, they just like, you got some people that like literally will make an entire fucking, literally make an entire fucking hour long, 2 hour long live over that little page. And it's like, Jesus Christ, people, like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. There's really, I mean, well, that's the thing, like the void of information, like, you know, I mean, that's why like people like that truth and transparent, you know, she's doing like all like the conspiracy side of it. Yeah.
Don't even mention that lady. I saw that live today about that
I watched
lady.
a little of what, you sent me,
Holy,
or you sent on there.
Holy shit. Bro, I think it was like she's like a combination of JT and fucking Bullhorn Betty.
Yeah.
Lana.
Yeah.
She is definitely Lana.
A little Ryan up church in there, you know. Just like that's
Why is it truth and transparency? It should be like truth and conspiracy, I guess.
She is crazy. I didn't realize. I was watching a live stream on Checkmate Humanity. That was the channel. She did like 2 years later, and she's just like, and like what happened was she's explaining how she basically was revealing what live. Yeah, I'll drop the. Is there a way I drop the live truth and transparency so people know what the hell I'm talking about, Queen? It wasn't really live. It was like a video, but it was like a premiere, by the way, Queen.
I think you're doing something real quick.
I don't think it's going to be a problem. I'll tell her in a moment. So people, I'll take the heat. But anyway, it was like a very interesting, like this woman, I think has a lifetime like order of protection, I heard. But the lady basically, the lady talks about how she was looking into truth and transparencies, like 501c3 charity. It's kind of like a Tyler Feller situation where it's under $50,000. And she started looking into that. And this woman, she said such horrid things about her. She was doxing her family, doxing her. Truth and transparency was doxing this woman. She just like unbelievable. It's like crazy.
She freaked out.
So
she got too close to something, you know. She didn't want her looking.
Well, it's because like if you make less than $50,000, you just have to like file it. I think an easy card or whatever, and you can't really get the like. You can actually make a request for the like actual breakdown, like the financial breakdown of everything, but you have to make a personal request, and if they don't give it to you, then they can be reported to the IRS and fined each day they don't give it to you. But the problem is you have to give them your name and address, and everything. So that could be a problem when you're dealing with people like truth and transparency or someone who's like really a bad character. But yeah, it's worth a watch. It's like a pretty crazy situation.
Yeah. Nuts. Yeah. Yeah. She should do this character Shazam.
Yeah.
trying to like Shannon Watts during that, like there was people that thought that Chris Watts was innocent, and it's the same kind of thing in a way, like they think BryanKohberger is innocent or there's an accomplice or he was set up or something, right? It's like a similar angle.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know how bad Truth and Transparency was until like I started looking. Like, Voices told me first. Voices were like, "Oh, she's pretty bad." I'm like, "How bad is she?" And I started looking in. I'm like, "Holy shit, this woman is really bad." This is
People lost their shit during the Watts case. I think on YouTube, I just have heard about it. You know,
Well,
but people kind of lost it with everything because they thought that like his girlfriend was in. Some people thought the girlfriend was involved in the whole thing.
I mean, like, she's a pretty scary character, honestly. Like, if you start going after her, she will fucking go after your family, go after you. She'll ridicule you. She'll like make fun of your mental illness. If let's say you're discussing your mental illness online, she'll make fun of that. She just says there's no boundary. That's why I said she's like JT and fucking Bullhorn Betty doxing people. She even like, I think in that video, she even showed like a bunch of people she doxed as her old fans that were subscribed to her. It's like, it's pretty bad. It's really, really bad. And she runs a charity, a charity. And it says on there, I don't remember the name. You can watch the video, but she says, it talks about a charity. And I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. I didn't know how bad it was.
Have you guys heard anything about knew about the Julia thing and that the handler?
Yeah, me and like Queen were talking about a little like because she put like the I think her name is like Dr. Tia or Mia Zia, something like that. The psychic, the doctor psychic lady. She went to Poland, and I looked up her Instagram. She lives in Beverly Hills. Like she's like a psychic from Beverly Hills. She's kind of like a celebrity psychic. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy, the whole thing. So she went there, and like there's this awkward Instagram like live that they did together. Like she met her at the train. Like Julia met Dr. What's her face?
What's it called? What's her face?
Is it Zia, Mia, Via? I don't know. I keep forgetting. It's like the psychic, Dr. Psychic lady. Yeah. It's like a mess. So, I mean, like, I don't know why there's like, it's like been pretty much, proved that it's not her. I don't know.
Well, I heard her saying like on live a couple of days ago, she's like, everybody stop, and then she was like talking about the mom, saying like the mom is lying. She's posting on a fan page about like, the birth certificate, Do not listen to her. It's a lie. Don't listen to anything unless it comes out of my mouth. It's like, what?
Yeah. She wants to have like, Dr. Fee.
Hello?
We have a special guest. I think she wants to say something to Blank Screen. Nick?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think we got it.
We're all going to celebrate, all of us.
Oh, God.
How about, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Blank Screen, I can't wait to meet your motherfucking ass. Your apartment, too. Marissa, don't highlight it. The list goes on. You know what? I'll talk about whoever the fuck I want. It's not called grifting, you fucking retard. You are a retard. You really are. And I don't use that word very often. You are mentally retarded.
You use it 3 times.
We do not condone what our guest panelist Molly Golightly has said. She really is. Unfortunately, we had to get rid of her. She started using the R word. She's gone.
Disavowed.
She's disavowed. We disavow Molly Golightly. Disavow her.
Oh man, she probably doesn't even remember saying that. That's the crazy part.
She was probably high enough on pills that she probably didn't even know like what day it was when she said that.
Definitely not.
I don't know. She probably took too many diet pills at that day. She had a lot of energy.
Little benzo coma. That's what we call it.
Yeah, absolutely. But by the way, hi, Blank Screen. Always an honor to see you in the chat. Good to see you. Anyone that pisses off these people that much definitely should get a clap.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. A slow clap for that man.
A freaking trophy.
Absolutely. But,
Wow, what a
yeah.
life coach, Sam says. Yeah, exactly. What a life coach.
I mean, if you want to like have a coach as an example of what not to do in life, yeah, she's a great example of what not to do. She lives in a loveless marriage in a house by herself where she has to Airbnb because she can't afford anything. She lives in an allowance. Her husband is rather live with a man named Princess than her, and she lives alone with strangers living in her house. I think that's the only way she can actually support herself with Airbnbs. And she gets criticized and laughed at by half the community, and the other half is just pretty much just would follow anyone. Her whole life is kind of a sad, tragic joke, just like a Dante's Inferno, divine comedy. This is like a divine comedy on the internet. Her life is a joke. It's sad. Actually, if she wasn't such a piece of shit, I would actually feel bad for her.
I would say like 80%, and then the other 20% support her.
Yeah, I would actually feel bad for Molly Golightly if she wasn't such a piece of shit. Same with Betty. Betty lives alone. She doesn't even have a dog. She doesn't even have plants. She basically has to travel around and grift.
She doesn't have a roof.
She doesn't have a roof. She, and she has to pretend that she's important by trying to like photobomb important people to say, "Look, I'm next to this senator, guys. I'm invited to CPAC."
I know. That's the funniest, I think. That kind of wins that she's invited to CPAC. I mean, it's
pay
just
$300. I can be invited to CPAC if I pay $300.
We all could be invited. We're all invited unofficially.
Yeah. Oh, so her supporters paid $300 so she could go to CPAC. Okay.
Yeah. But she's a child advocate, but she's never actually knows jack shit about child advocacy.
Yeah, she tried to go after Rabbit, and Rabbit was like a social worker.
Rabbit knows what the fuck she's talking about. She's a very smart person. She does good interviews. The first time I actually noticed Rabbit was I think when she was actually reviewing me and Queen and someone else on the panel when that first I forgot her name, but that lady that came onto the panel that was actually from the Quentin Simon case that actually charged and banged on the door and got arrested. So she actually looked at that live and she saw
the one that was like in the wind, like not
that was
the
a
window.
twerker.
Yeah, is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she also hit the window too, the twerker, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the twerker. Yes, actually. Yeah.
I
so she
remember
did that and I watch her and I like her because she
she covered like Jared, Lysick, she covers all she covered this whole Madeleine McCann thing. She covers a lot of the bullshit, the misinformation.
Yeah. Down the rabbit hole. Yeah, down the rabbit hole news. Actually, you gotta be careful. Not the white rabbit.
Not the white rabbit. Down the rabbit hole news. She's like a little baby.
Yes,
her birthday is today.
She was on a couple of days ago, right? I don't want to call her twerker because she's Kimberly. Yes, Kimberly.
Yeah, Kimberly was on. I mean, like Kimberly just got confused. I think she just like she learned her lesson. She learned about these grifters the hard way, and unfortunately, that's the thing.
Yep.
Remember the flyer she posted? Well, she printed 4-to-1 sheet of printer paper. There's too many rabbits. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I remember I said to Skeptic, like, "Oh, like I like down the rabbit hole news," and he was like, "I don't like rabbit." And I think you're confused. It's a different rabbit. She's the good rabbit. There's the bad rabbits.
Totally.
Unfortunately, there's a lot
white rabbit bad, down the rabbit good. I know it's hard. You have to get everything straight.
Yeah,
there's so many people I don't even know. And when people, I have like no idea who they're talking about.
Yeah, and that's what I realized, like because and I also like how she does she did a good interview of I'm trying to remember. She did a couple of good interviews. So the one she did an interview of Jared Lysick's cousin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she was like talking with Ikmel, I remember, over that.
She was live today, guys, or something like that, I think.
Yeah, she was. She's usually live daily.
No, Jared.
Oh, Jared? Well, Jared? I'm not surprised.
Or did a video or live, one of the two.
I mean, he's a piece of shit, so not surprised.
I messaged on this thing. I said, "You're a sick son of a bitch for going." I said a bunch of things I'm not going to say out loud.
Yeah, we don't want to have trouble. This Queen's gonna come back and curse me out. Why are you having him saying things? She's gonna fucking be pissed. She probably will just kick you. No, I'm joking.
Thanks, Tim.
She'll just twitch.
That's OP.
Yeah, I mean, but she covers a lot of interest. That's what I like about. I watch a couple of content creators. I think most have missed a day or two of YouTube last week because I'm confused on
Who are we talking about? I just let voices. Voices, are you up here, baby?
Hey, Betty.
What up?
I came up because of the Lana talk. Yes, Ethan.
Yes.
She's not bad as you think.
Yeah, I just talked about. We were just like talking randomly, and then Ellie brought up Truth and Transparency, and I talked about that video that came out today. I was watching, and then we talked about. We made fun of Molly Golightly and said her life is a living hell, and no one wants to be there. And Trey, you missed a great live. That
I got one. That Michelle Goes Live lady ended up in the ER because it looked like her toe was going to fall off. And they
Michelle walks? No.
Michelle Goes Live.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. See, all these Michelles,
one that wants to be
I don't know her.
Molly. Okay. So she ended up in the hospital because her toe turned black. Because I think frostbite maybe. Anyway, they, in the middle of the night, they ended up on this guy's Ski Mask Andy. And it was Michelle and Molly and Ski Mask Andy and 2 other people. And it turned into shit show.
Really?
Those are all fucking losers.
Yeah, I said that. I said, if
Michelle, Molly, Ski Mask, everybody you just named, they're all fucking losers. I don't watch any of them.
I don't know who Ski Mask.
I don't watch them either. It popped up in algorithm, and I'm like, ew, what is that? Yeah. No.
Molly makes fun of Michelle, but she's just as bad as Michelle. Ski Mask Andy is like a wannabe Benny.
That ski mask guy fucking irks me.
Why? I mean, BTM. Okay, but why suddenly do we all know about it? LOL. I mean, I don't know why she was suddenly let YouTube know this. I don't think Molly did not let YouTube know that she had an Airbnb. It just, I think Queen talked to found out.
Oh yeah, I got an email about it and I just busted it out because fuck her.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Actually, it was actually a fun live.
The chocolate room, the Hershey chocolate room.
Yeah,
people have known. She's told her viewers.
She had people cooking in the background in her live. It's that easy.
Just some random people. I feel so bad for those people. I mean, like they paid $90 a night to live in that house.
And then Johnson, she got a clip of Hash Brown saying that she kept the door unlocked for one of them to sneak in her room.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think he said he wanted like get a what was it? I don't know the exact slope, but it sounded sexual. Let's just say. It did not sound good.
Let's just say
a little nook.
Yeah, a little nook is not exactly what I want to hear.
Room.
Yeah, in the Hershey room. Oh my god.
Room.
Oh my god. That makes it sound even worse.
Right.
I don't think I could stay there after I know that Mallory.
Right. No, that's why I say bring your own
Self was in
sheets
there.
and stuff, or sleep on the floor, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how we found out about it, Trey. I mean, if I was living in Molly's house, I'd definitely bring a gun. If I was to sleep in that room, just saying.
I just bring a pair of nunchucks. I think
I don't want.
right.
I don't want any nook happening to me while in the chocolate room. If you catch my drift. But anyway.
Oh god. Oh god. Look if you catch my drift.
Ew.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, yuck.
Yeah, exactly. How anyone can live with that woman, I do not understand. I don't understand. That's why her husband doesn't live with her.
Nobody lives with her.
Yeah, her husband has left her, and the husband rather lives with Princess than her.
Okay,
to say it all.
Princess lives at a totally different house other than Walter and Jake.
So Walter has his own place, and Jake.
I heard from people yesterday that Princess lives with Walter. That's what
where the receipts for.
No, Voices is right. They have 3 homes. Princess
people.
has one of them. He manages the Airbnb, and then Jake and Walter stay in the
We need
house.
somebody to go in undercover.
Listen, why else would they have dropped Princess off first if Walter had to go back to that house?
Mm.
To throw people off.
Right. Because if you go back about 8 months, 9 months, well, I think it was before
Oh, by the way,
our fallout.
Can you? I think before you get into it, someone does bring up good points. Says, can we take their beautiful faces down whilst talking about these trash bags, please?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Aw.
So, maybe we shouldn't talk about these trash bags while these people are up, and we'll just wait for Queen to come back. We'll talk about something else.
Yeah, I was gonna say I missed what you guys said. I was sorry. It's bedtime here, so sorry. But
No, you're good.
Someone suggested since we're kind of segueing into something else that we should take down the photos of these people if we're not going
nice. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because we were talking about Molly. You know?
Yeah, and I think that's an appropriate thing. I didn't realize because it's disrespectful. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh. Yeah, there we go. Better. Perfect. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The blank binder.
That's more like it.
I'm coming for your voice.
Betty,
better there.
Yeah.
That's way better. That's better.
Betty.
I love that Joneson has her own binder and the Hive has their own binder. QueenBee.
John just says, no, I'm blind. Well, you asked for it.
Yeah. That one picture of her in the car.
She's kind of like Hellraiser. You opened the box. I guess no one's seen Hellraiser.
Oh, yeah. The new one was pretty good, too. I liked it.
Yeah.
Tim, I'm beginning to wonder about you. You watch some of the weirdest shit.
What do you mean? Hellraiser's not weird. That's actually a classic horror movie. What are you talking about?
No, it's the genres of what we find you watching.
I watch a lot of genres. I watched almost every single movie I can when I was younger. So I watched a lot of different movies.
Mama raise a Hellraiser. More Tupac. I heard the Queen sing that earlier. I'm like, oh shit, I got Tupac on my brain now.
Let me see. Her son move out. Probably got the collector's box. No, I don't have a collector's box. I just watch them. It's free online. They call us a wasp nest. Yeah, that's not really an insult, to be honest with you. Yes, cold MGL the box earlier. The rest of the rest. Yeah. Anything else you heard about them, or I saw a Deets a couple of videos, but
nothing new today. I saw. Let me check.
About what?
I mean, I saw Deets did a video called Molly Go Lightly and Friends discuss what's going on with Benny and Tiffany, or do they? I didn't really watch too much of it.
Yeah, that was interesting. That's where I saw Bombshell was up there talking, and they brought up that check.
Yeah, and it didn't really look good to see Granny watching Molly Go Lightly. I don't know why she's watching.
Oh,
that.
Thank you, V. Tim. I didn't want to have to say that, but thank you. Isn't that so ironic? She calls her out every other day and calls out tragedy pimps, but she's in there and joining memberships and all of that. Make that one make sense.
I saw it in the chat, in the video of Deets, it says Granny watching TM and BK had a falling out. She ran and hid. So she's watching. I don't know if she's a member, but
That's funny because I saw her nonsense this chap talking mad shit.
After seeing that, yes, I went back and checked, and she is a member.
Oh, she is a member. Is she a member how accidental member when she got gifted gets gifted a membership, or is she a
green is green is green, isn't it? Green is green, isn't it?
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, Joneson's is a proud member.
To be fair, what are you doing in there? If you're calling her out? What are you doing in there adding to the conversation if you're calling her out?
Remember, Queen accidentally got one given to her, and she wasn't in that chat, right?
Yeah,
but obviously Granny was in that
Queen
one.
got a super chat from Sammy James.
Ooh.
I down the rabbit hole news murder review. Yeah, she did some murder review.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be that she's clipped. Does she clip Molly? Because I don't really watch down to grandma, whatever grandma's watching.
Granny's. She's like a drama. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say she don't really. Yeah, she don't fuck with us. She don't like me, so we don't really fuck with her either. Well, I don't know. We called Brittany out allegedly with Brittany for being a tragedy pimp. She was She was tragedy pimping hard fucking core on Kylie Rodney's case. We called her out, and from that point on, Granny's Watching came over here and tried to answer for her because, you know, Brittany was scared as fuck. So she didn't want to come over here and answer for what she was doing, which that's the channel you came from, right, Ellie?
Yeah, because that's how I know Granny, just from like the Kylie Rodney, because she was like on her panel one.
Yeah, I know, and I know her because she was Natasha's crew. She was up in the, she was all in that bullshit drama with Natasha and all those fucking people, and I don't fuck with any of them. So
yeah.
So Brittany's Watching's channel came because she decided to be the moral superior high ground to call out Natasha Cooper. She was the first
I don't know
person.
about all that. I just know it was she.
No, I'm
made
telling you, this is how
Natasha's.
this is how she came to be. I was there during all of it. When she used to be Jessica Lynn, and then she was Juicy Ant Covered Watermelon, and then she became Granny's Watching. She started her channel to call out Natasha and call out people's online behavior, because how would you feel having your grandma watch you out on the internet behaving like this?
Yeah.
So I got a whole long list of things.
ironic?
I mean, I think the only
but you and her have issues though, right?
No,
Don't you?
I don't have no issues.
Oh, okay.
Queen, I ain't got no issues with her because I don't give a fuck what the forehead says. I got nothing for her.
And you guys, you know what I'm saying? You guys, that's, you know, you guys don't like each other. I know. I've heard you say stuff. I've heard her say stuff. I just know, you know what I mean? I don't fuck with her because I don't fuck with her. She doesn't really come over here. She doesn't come like chat. You know what I mean?
And I think originally there was an explosive, because originally she came up here and she was very calm and collective, and then she went down in the chat. She started saying something about your car accident, and then that girl confronted her about basically being kind of two-faced. When she's like talking to you in your face, she's like cool and calm and collective and nice, but when she's in the chat, she's like making saying like you're like e-begging because of your car accident, or saying like you're asking for money for a car.
I remember that now.
And then that girl confronted her about that, and that was the explosive situation. I was actually in the panel.
Yeah, I do remember that because I was live when I got hit, or I was about to be live. You know, the other, when my car got hit,
And
that's what I mentioned. Yeah.
And then you didn't really mention it.
I do remember that. I do remember her. She had something to say about it, but I mean, if I really wanted to dog the fuck out of her, I could, but that's not really. She's not relevant as fuck to me. I don't really give a fuck what she's got to say.
Yeah.
Nothing that she says matters to me. So.
Yeah, I get it. I just pointed out, saw it in Deet's. She commented in Deet's video. In like
Right.
the,
That's how we got there. Was it like her name is on Molly's screen in Molly's chat, and she was actively participating in Molly's chat during the live.
Oh, well, that's mighty rich when she calls Natasha out for the same shit. And Thumb Thug, to the people that watch her, apparently she does make slick ass comments about me all the time, but that bitch doesn't ever come to my motherfucking face. So when she wants to click the fucking link and come to my face and say that shit, then I'll value what she's got to say. Otherwise, her opinion's shit to me.
Yeah, I saw her about 3 weeks ago or so running her sea sucker.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about her.
She's been taking shots at you for months since I've settled over here and been staying here. She's been taking shots at you. She's been trying to call out and do the same things. It's been brought to my attention numerous times, and as I've said many times, I don't give a fuck what she has to say. She can go away.
So she's taking shots at me because you're over here, or she's taking shots because she's just taking shots?
I would
because
say
Voices over here. That's what I heard.
I think
talk about.
I would think it's like 50-50.
So she's pissed off that you're up here on my panel and shit while we're calling shit out. She doesn't think you should be up here.
Correct. And she's also trying to grow her channel because she's gotten very stale and stagnant.
Well, like I said, either way, when she's got balls to come up here and say what she needs to say to me, then I'll value what she's got to say. Until then, I don't really give a fuck. She can continue to run her cocksucker. I don't give a damn. Don't matter to me.
Yeah. I mean, I find it interesting that people still come after you, like, for your past stuff, Voices, because honestly.
Well, and I mean, and that's, I mean, like I said, that's real rich, because I mean, she's a felon, and so is her fucking dad, so she ain't got nothing to be saying about nobody else.
Yeah, and I haven't heard Voices do one thing where I was like, "Oh my God, Voices, what did you do?" in the past couple of months. So it's kind of interesting that people try to go after like Queen by going after Voices because of what she did in the past. It's kind of fucked up. But it is what it is. It's the internet. People do that all the time, unfortunately.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi, Joneson.
Hey, Joneson.
Well, bitches might be tripping, but I might have pushed one or two first.
Yeah, you definitely.
Bitches might be tripping.
Wait, bitches is tripping. All
Hey,
of them.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm innocent. I've taken my fair share of shots. I've done my wrong shit. I've done my fuck shit. I've apologized. I've realized exactly the damage and the hurt that it can do. And I've been out here trying to right my wrongs ever since. All I can do is continue to be better than I was the day before.
Yeah, that's what life is about. Yeah.
If somebody's going to continuously throw past behaviors in my face, then I'm going to take all of the low blows because obviously you've set the bar really fucking low.
Well, Voices, remember I said yesterday on Jones, I don't know how it came into my algorithm, but it said like the day MGL and and Voices broke up, you stood your ground, what you standing for there, and she was like, you're with us or against us. It was so weird with friggin' Betty and Justin on there, and they were trying to gang up on you.
Oh, they totally
What's
did.
good for me is not good for me, and I can't stand that shit. Keep that fake ass shit the fuck over there. Anyhow, this is the a good fucking clip channel here. The Exposure Arena, the road to Washington D.C.
Oh,
where is BHB really going?
Oh, did you see Exposure's Arena? I was watching it on Jones and we were watching it, and basically this woman, I shit you not, BHB had 2 cell phones, a laptop, was smoking, drinking coffee, and had panel guests while she's driving 90 miles per hour down the highway.
that can't be okay. That can't be like, that has to be like a hazard, live streaming. That's so funny.
I'm like,
what is going on?
I was like, this lady is crazy.
Distracted driving much?
Yeah, imagine like getting pulled over and try to.
I seen Heels put one up, and she's like, damn, like they say, a parent can be like making a bottle, listening to the radio, talking on the phone, doing their mascara. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all the above.
Going 95 miles an hour down the fucking highway. She is setting up a live stream while on a live stream and reading the chat.
And she had that guy that basically remember we were talking about the guy that was on Dolly's panel with the wood in his mouth, apparently, like the big stacks of wood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
that had like some kind of surgery or something.
Yeah. So we didn't know he had oral surgery before that.
Yeah. We're just like, why is he chewing on sticks? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like, why is he got like these giant, 50?
Now it makes sense. Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell's
Oh,
going
and
on?
you guys, I'm about to tell you guys about this other case too that I heard about too. Here, we'll watch this real quick. And then we'll talk about this.
Cool.
Road trip to Washington, D.C. With burnt hair, Betty. We're going to take a look into what's really going on this week in D.C. Is this trip for the children like she's telling her audience? Was she really invited with a special guest pass, or is that another lie? Grab a drink, some popcorn, and a cozy blanket. We're about to expose the truth. Hold on to your seat because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Here we go. First, let's take a look at the generic flyer she made at her house that is supposedly the reason for this trip. The generic flyer she's reportedly going to hand to our top officials of the U.S. government. Do better, Betty.
Many of you guys know, if you haven't, I've been invited to Washington, D.C., and I'm going there to discuss some new legislation for our children.
Oh, really?
Among other things, I'm going to be learning a lot there, as well as trying to talk to as many people that would be willing to talk to me about changes that need to be made in our child welfare system.
That's a lie. Straight lie.
Car is going to be driving, at least 13 or 14 hours later today. So super excited about that. I'm all packed up. Hopefully, if I have some time, I might be swinging into South Carolina to cover the verdict of this case. So we'll see how everything pans out over the next couple days. There's going to be a lot of haters out there that don't like Bullhorn Betty, don't like me advocating for children. But the first question you need to ask them is, what are they doing? What are they doing to help? If they're doing absolutely nothing to help, then they have literally no reason to be complaining.
Okay, we'll play your game. Exactly what are you doing to help? You're not going for the children, and it wasn't a special invite. Let's go along with this charade just a little more, though.
We're going to make our way to D.C. Visit through Georgia. Hoping I could run the computer and the phone, but they were too close to each other, and they had such horrible backfeed. Even with the microphones off, it still had horrible backfeed. I'm in Georgia going 90 miles an hour. I'm going to slow my ass down.
Aren't you driving on the interstate high rate of speed? Why are you running 2 phones, a laptop, and trying to stream a court trial all while not watching the road? How many children are in danger right now because you're driving recklessly? You know, the children you're supposedly doing so much advocating for.
Don't forget she's smoking.
Can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait until I'm where I need to be. Oh, Lord. ALR ended when you...
She's vaping.
Oh,
that's
probably
true.
Thought I was
vaping.
Today and would not be going live. Go live just about every day. Unless my mouth is sewed shut, I'll most likely be live. Unless it's just absolutely...
Does she mean lie?
For me. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I most likely won't be live until the evening. I'm planning on coming live, but I have a funny feeling I'm not going to be out of my meetings.
That's the cover word for it when lying to your audience. Meetings? Write it down, people. Next time you want a free vacation, tell people you're going to exclusive meetings about a subject you're not really going for, so they'll send you money.
So, well after 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night. So if we do live, it's going to be later in the evening.
Stay tuned. I have the entire schedule and the reason for the hours she just stated. I'll be showing it shortly.
With the haters calling law enforcement saying, you got a crazy lady in Georgia. Never went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal.
Oh my God.
Down.
What did she just say, Tim?
She said
The devil went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal. That's okay.
Ooh.
She's already been down there and she's already stolen several.
Wow.
You can't make this shit up. You really can't.
You can't.
Who needs network TV?
Oh, God.
Somebody says she vaping on cigarettes or weed. She needs to be vaping on some motherfucking weed shit, because this bitch is a joke.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe shoot him.
In Georgia looking for a soul to steal.
And the witch laugh, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to DC,
She
baby.
does.
DC
They-
or bust. I got coffee. Got Bullhorn Betty coffee made at the office coffee.
The office, also known as the junkie spare bedroom.
Typing. I got a new shirt. It says it's not me, it's you. It's not me, it's you. I thought it's perfect for the haters. Oh, Lord. Let me see if I can invite people on here.
Your inner self doesn't even want to be alone with you. How sad that you constantly have the internet on streaming. Like I said before, you're a danger to others on the road. You need to do some soul searching in your quiet time. That's what people with a clear conscience do. But anyway.
I don't even think, oh, here it is. Let me see if I can post this and maybe, there we go. If you guys would like to pop on and, oh, I can't even post in the chat, can I? Hold on.
Oops.
We're on the road to Washington, D.C. Here we'll get the Alec Murdaugh live going. We're just going to have this one simultaneous stream. So as long as my equipment and hotspots and hot boxes are working, we're just going to move right on into the Alex Murdaugh trial.
You're really desperate for views. This is ridiculous.
Babs backstage? Okay.
This segment is brought to you by We Support Rabbit News BHB.
Driving. Waking up at 2. You guys kept me.
What do you need back, chat? I hear you talking. What's up?
No, I'm on mute. I haven't been off mute for 3 minutes.
I'm like, what the hell? I hear somebody. I thought it was back. I thought it was back, chat. I was like, what are you doing, Boston? What
Not
you
me,
need?
I swear.
Blame Boston. He's terrible. He's a terrible person.
It's probably B Tim, I guess.
I was gonna say, was it B Tim? I think B Tim's the only other one that doesn't mute.
Right.
Was it you, B Tim?
No, I muted. I muted.
You were talking into
Do
your
you
breath
mute?
or something.
I don't know. I can't see the little boxes. I don't know who does it. Who
Those
doesn't.
ashes, I was muted the whole time.
Oh, sons.
Beat Tim. I think should take one for this one.
Nah.
Nah.
I'm gonna blame
It
voices.
had to be VK. Nope, I was muted. I
Voices,
was making
disavow
waffles.
voices. Disavow her.
I'm
She
making
did.
waffles.
I was muted.
Baby, I am in a motel room on the way to go
Oh.
counter protest.
Were
Or
you
you
on the
think I'm gonna
CPAC
be?
too?
You
What?
bet your ass I am. I paid for my
Whoa.
$50 ticket. I got
Oh my
invited too.
goodness. What is going on? That's
Are you really going to CPAC?
She is. She's in a hotel room. I wouldn't.
I guess
mess her
y'all
up.
find out, won't you?
Oh my goodness.
Oh
Are you
my
gonna like
Are you gonna give them the binder? Are you gonna go to Trump and hand them the binder?
are you gonna
I've
do like an
already sent
intervention with
somebody.
with
I've already
Betty?
sent some dossiers, but we'll find out what other kind of trouble I can get in.
We need to get Trump on. We need to get Trump on this panel. We need to make sure that's on this. He needs to denounce the tragedy pimps on this panel. We need to do that, guys.
Oh my god, Betty would hate that.
God, that's the only.
Oh, you
reason
know who that was? That was Mab that spoke on what's it called on when we were playing it in the back. That's what someone in the chat said.
Yeah, I would laugh my ass off because I don't even like Trump, but I'd be like I would so have him on this just to piss off Betty, just to like denounce them, just denounce.
Well, if I get a chance to get close enough, you bet your ass I'll go shove something in front of him and try to tackle him. If I need bail money and attorney representation,
Oh my God.
y'all best be
We're
throwing
gonna
a
see voices
PayPal
on the
benefit.
news.
You're on the way. Look, you said you're on the way up there.
She's in a
Drop
hotel
the cash
room and
gas
undisclosed.
money. That's it.
Oh my God. The CIA is gonna get her. The CIA is gonna get her.
Don't tell. You know what? That's all right. Don't tell.
Yeah, keep it.
I can't release all of my stuff yet, but trust me, y'all will have you'll all have first access to it. Okay.
Are we gonna be in trouble with the CIA?
Uh-oh. The FBI, the NSA.
Well, I might end up on a list, but might not be able to fly after this, but we'll see.
Disavow. Please don't put me in Guantanamo Bay, please.
Guantanamo Bay. Oh gosh.
Company
wait.
from Florida to Georgia.
That's right. You were there.
I jumped on panel for just a little bit, and my phone kicked me off, so I never came back up. I'm so tired. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 9:30. Oh.
Where are you headed?
DC.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I'm going to Washington, D.C. I was invited there, so I have my my letter for special guest, and just going to do what I can, make the trip the most impactful as possible. Definitely a different feel because I'm actually going there. You know, usually my legislative priorities and agenda priorities are much different than children. This is the first year I'm bringing the children, up. So hopefully they're receptive.
Then on the track of it, don't.
Hold on, I got to get my earbuds in. I can barely hear for whatever reason. I think my car's just making too much noise. Hold on.
They have it.
Okay, enough of the shenanigans. Are you ready? Ready to hear what's going on in DC this week? Want to find out about that special invite? Awesome! I do too. Turn to the center stage of the arena. The real show is about to begin. I'll cover what exactly CPAC is as we go. But first, let's see about that special invite letter she says she has with her. This is not by special invite. It's an anyone can purchase ticket, even still today.
Sorry, that music was working my nerve.
Exactly, I guess.
He's on a mailing list. What fucking mailing list? What do you mean?
Well, probably CPAC banning list. He's probably
Yeah. I mean, maybe somebody was like, "Oh, I have like a ticket for Saturday that you could use my ticket or something. Because somebody said she has tickets for one day, right? Not the whole thing. I don't know.
How'd she not know she was gonna get
It
called out
started.
for this?
It started today. It's not even there yet. It ends Saturday.
Mind-boggling. I don't know how she didn't know she was gonna get called out for this shit.
Her car doesn't sound like it's gonna make it.
Yeah, she's probably gonna need super chats to get her car working.
Yeah.
Make sure to send those super chats to make her car work again, I guess. I don't know why people would want to send her super chats, but you know, why not?
Yeah, she probably got like she's on, like grandma said, like she's probably on the mailing list, and they're like, you're invited. Like they send you like a mailing, you know, like everybody, whoever's on the
For the
mailing list.
low price of $295.
Yeah, you're invited.
You could be
We'd
yours.
love to see you there. You know, like it's probably like, you know, like how like some people like marketing things makes it look like an invitation, like you're important, and like, you know, she's probably like, oh wow, that's they want me there. You know, something like that. I could think, you know.
She probably believes it too. That smile on her face is like, that's
She
weird.
said somebody invited her though. I don't know.
Yeah, the devil.
Well, I
Devil.
figured that we need it. Seems as how the hive is, you know, been very loud and advocating very anti-tragedy pimp. I figured it was time that we went to those that cared and brought some legislature forward that says no more tragedy pimping, no grief grifting, no more what do they call that? Scam fraud raisers, or like just no more of it. We need to, and if that's the way we have to do it, then I guess this is what we're gonna have to do, huh?
Interesting. So, what are you gonna do when you get into Guantanamo Bay because you try to like hand Donald Trump a folder?
Oh, well, you know, I figured that I'll probably try to talk my way out of that one. Maybe I'll decide to represent myself pro se, you know.
You guys see what Johnson said like 2 minutes ago? That was the funniest thing. You put
What
in
she
the
said?
comments.
Check it out. There's our girl down the rabbit hole news. Hey, baby, what's up? We've been over here defending you. Anyhow, I cannot believe Bull Baghdadi tried it. I can't believe she fucking tried it.
She fucked around and she's gonna find out.
Yeah, it was really messed up what that lady did. Like,
A lot of people got your back, though, girl. Shit, a lot of people got your back.
Yeah.
We knew what time it was. What was you saying? Go ahead, beat him.
I just said yeah.
No, that was him. I don't say yay.
No, I know you don't, but I heard you talking before that, so that's why I said go ahead, beat him. I knew that wasn't you.
Yeah. The day Tim says that, the day I'm more in love with him.
You know, I mean, it's like, I mean, like, I thought her reply was very good. I mean, like how like Bullhorn Betty's like, well, you haven't talked about one kid. I'm like, well, yeah, she doesn't talk about like basically the trending topics like summer wells and stuff like that. She focuses on like a lot of cases that people aren't talking about. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that like Betty thinks that child advocacy is to make money from the backs of children, of famous children. She doesn't talk about any children that are not like trending on social media. She doesn't give a shit about them, you know, so.
She don't know nothing about them if they're not, you know, if they don't have a headline or a hashtag. She doesn't know shit about that case.
Yeah, and it's like these people that will sit there and they talk about we want to advocate for children or not, but it's like you don't raise money to stop it. You don't do jack shit. All you do is just basically you want the problem to continue because that's how you make your money. You make your money from these tragedies. That's why we call you a tragedy pimp. That's why we call you a bad actor, if you want to say like Skeptic does. Because you don't want to fix the system. You want the system to continue as is, and you don't even know. And that's why you never educate yourself on the system. You don't know jack shit about the system. And then instead of learning and trying to learn from people like a normal person, you just proceed to attack. If you weren't a piece like so defensive and you actually says, yeah, I have really no idea about the system. I have no idea about legal stuff. and you actually try to educate yourself and talk to people with respect, you would not be, I would think half the people would not dislike you. I would think a lot more people would actually like you. But Betty is like the typical dumb person that is so defensive about their intelligence because they lack any intelligence themselves. So they're always attacking people. So the moment like Down the Rabbit Hole News tries to show her like her ignorance, she proceeds to attack her because she showed her complete ignorance in the sector that she claims that authority over. Just like how she claims that. Yeah, you go, Ellie.
Oh no, because she was like saying that she wants like the centralized, database and such, and it already like exists. Like what she's wanting, like I think Rabbit was like, well, that already exists to a certain
it's always
degree.
updated.
Yeah,
If my subs didn't understand ICPC, I bet that her supporters do not understand some. Yeah, I didn't understand it either. I remember I didn't want to like lie on the chat because I was watching it live. I was not going to lie, be like, yeah, I know exactly what ICPC is. Because that'd be lying to myself a little bit because I did not know what that was. So I had no clue what it was. So I'm usually like just honest. If I'm ignorant on something, I'm going to be like, yeah, I have no fucking clue.
Or just looking it up, it's easy to like.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like you're not going to know everything. And that's another problem with Betty. She claims to know everything. And then when, she gets defensive because someone calls her out on her ignorance and stupidity.
Yeah, exactly. She won't even look it up. She doesn't even, she won't even like we've seen her get a lot of her information from like her chat and stuff, She doesn't go deep into her own research, really.
She doesn't.
Look at JJ's case. She made how much money in a very short amount of time, did nothing but complain and whine about the stickers in her capri pants, and then went on Dolly's panel and wanted to make these parents guilty of something because it just doesn't sit right with her.
Yeah, it's kind of pathetic actually. And then she also wanted to go for a Murdoch trial live while searching for a child. Make that make sense to me.
While like in the car, like while driving.
No, I'm talking about the search. She was like, we're gonna do the Murdoch trial live while I'm searching for this child.
For JJ. Oh my gosh, those two do just not go together. Come on, Betty.
I don't understand. No one in her chat like kind of told her like, Betty, this is a bad idea. Like I'm
no multitasking cases like that. Either search or watch the friggin' trial. Don't do both,
Like,
oh my goodness.
I'm 100% sure. What's a Queen was like, what's a Queen was doing a search for a child. And she said, I'm going to go live about the Murdoch trial while I search for this trial. 100%.
That
I would be in Discord typing up to Queen like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't.
Abort mission. Abort one of the other. Yeah.
Talk about this. But apparently there's like no one with common sense around this Betty
lady.
Well. Who actually advises her not to do stupid shit like that. Like, oh my God.
Well, her mom's a little loopy.
Yeah, like that's the problem with these like Molly. They surround themselves with yes men and yes women that will never tell them any dissenting opinion. And the moment you dissent, you get kicked. Voices knows that pretty well. She dissented from Molly. She's basically said, yeah, I don't know why I want to do this. And they completely doxed her and fucked her life as much as they could.
Yeah.
I guess voices can speak to that more than anyone, actually.
It's not fun. It's not fun. It resulted in a whole new phone number and a year's worth of bullshit, and dust still isn't fully settled yet. So yeah, it sucked.
It happens.
Her action to little JJ being found shows the depths of her evil in my opinion. Yeah, I've never seen someone so unhappy about finding a missing child. That seems to be like, I often like, I talk to Sayed's mom, and often like, we're actually happy like she gets a video out and the kid gets found immediately, because it's like, oh, okay. I mean, like, even if like no one's going to watch it, the kid's found. Who cares? The whole point of the video is that to spread awareness of the kid. No one cares. You know what I mean? Like if the kid's found or the person's found, that's a success in the book. You know what I mean? No one wants someone to be missing.
Yeah, I mean,
People,
it's usually doesn't turn out. I mean, we don't see a lot of the times it turning out so great like that, you know?
yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, like if you are just like if the person's found right away, I mean that's the best success ever. You know, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was
I
like the best case. That was so good that
What
that
time
ended
did she
like
get
that.
there? Because he was found by almost like 11 o'clock, in between 11 and 11 a.m. and noon, right?
I think
And
she was
did
there in
that
the morning.
walkthrough.
I think she was
Yeah.
there in the morning, and she did like 17 minutes of walking around, complaining and talking about how she's going to talk about the Murdoch trial and
Was it live though?
Yeah, she was live for 17
Okay,
minutes.
she was live. The reason why I asked
Yeah.
is if she recorded it, you know what I mean? She could have done that after the fact. You
Yeah,
know
that's
what I
how
mean?
she made her money. I've heard people say she made up to $1,000, but I could be
Yeah, I've
wrong.
heard. Yeah, I've heard that, but maybe I heard that when I was on the panel. You know.
Yeah. So I mean, like that's pretty good. She definitely made a lot of super chats just let's say for the live. I don't know why she would be collecting super chats while trying to search for a child. It seems a little like you're trying to like what is it called? You're trying to moral flagging or something like that, or like what's that? Like when you're trying to like
Virtue signaling.
virtue signal. Thank you. Like you're trying to virtue signal and say like, hey, look at me, I'm so great, I'm live streaming, but here's my super chats. Make sure you give me some super chats because it's expensive
Yeah.
to drive an hour from my home.
I mean, if like she's just shut up and not complain the whole time about the heat and the sticklers and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like me. You
Well,
know, she's.
What's
How
really
about you
evil?
dress appropriate for the conditions? Wouldn't
Yeah.
those big ass tall boots been more appropriate for walking through that type of environment rather than bare legs?
Yeah. What really shows the evil these people to the extent they go to is that they already were planning on fucking attacking the mother. They had that plan. They had JLR go down there. He starts asking questions of the neighbors. They're good. That Dolly's doing a doc, like just going through the background of this woman and talking about speculating. There's not even a crime. There's not even a suspicion of crime, and they're going after their fucking these people's lives. They're digging up. The kid's still missing. The kid's not even still missing. Betty gives up. She says in the woods, she's like, I don't think he's out there. He couldn't survive out here, making an insinuation that the kid's already dead or something. And it's like, come on. And these people are already planning on creating a situation where they blame and harass an innocent woman, you know, to with their fans. They're completely irresponsible. And it's like, I can't believe people don't see it this time. And this is like people say, why do you talk about these people over and over again? I talk about these people. I'm going to continue to talk about these people until they get the fuck out of this section of the YouTube. They want to do drama YouTube where they talk and make fun of people's looks and shit like that. And they just want to do drama and shit like that, where they're not attacking innocent people who have lost children or murdered relatives. Then we're going to still continue to talk about you because you're pieces of shit and we don't want you around. You can go.
Agreed.
Because I don't want, I mean, like, honestly, I don't, you know, I mean, like, I think what you're doing is victimizing people in the most vulnerable positions in their lives. That woman was worried about her child, and you guys are digging up on her fucking past, acting like she should be, like, investigated when she was cleared by the cops. It was fucking disgusting what you were planning on doing. And I saw it ahead of time. I said this ahead of time. They didn't find that kid. You were going to go after that whole family.
Oh,
just for
yeah.
some money. You're fucking disgusting people. I hope you. I mean, like that's
they-
why I have no sympathy for you.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for them.
JLo was there like that day. That's crazy. The day he actually went missing. I mean, yeah, they like jumped right on that one.
No,
'Cause
she
they
got
were
like
close to
4 or
them.
5 shingles or tiles missing, and that's it. Guaranteed.
The roof, Betty's roof. She cares more
Yeah,
about
like-
that roof. She cares more about that roof than the children she looks into. Like that's the straight thing. She'll go to a fucking meeting
Easily.
about like her roof and toilet bowls
Yeah.
and puppy mills, but I've never seen her like in a fucking meeting about children or like anything like that. I haven't seen it.
She just like to hear herself. I think she literally is one of her likes to hear herself. And then I bet she watches back her YouTube lives and like a million times. You know what I mean? Like I guarantee she just smiles like I just did this today. Like it's just something about her. She talks in third person 100% of the time. Okay. And it doesn't say, you know, Bullhorn Betty is what she says. She doesn't say I or me.
You're not gonna get around Bullhorn Betty. You're not gonna get me.
Weird, man.
Bullhorn Betty's gonna get you.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's Bullhorn Betty And that's it. There's no, I'm going to do this. It's boring. Betty's going to do this. It's just so weird to me. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's called psychosis. She's slowly going insane.
I mean, maybe.
Ooh.
Willow thinks so.
Willow
Yeah,
agrees.
Willow agrees. Yeah.
See?
She's like, I'll second that.
Yeah, Willow's the fifth panelist.
She's
Or
very
sixth panelist.
anti-bullhorn because of her
Oh.
managing those senior
Yeah.
dogs, the puppy mill. Yeah.
That's another thing. That's another thing. She doesn't bring her fucking bullhorn. The one time we want you to bring the bullhorn, you don't bring the bullhorn when searching for children.
Right? It could have actually been used, like for its actual purpose,
I have a guy on my UFC podcast, right? His name, we call him Uncle Weezy. He's got a Rottweiler, right? And every time that dog barks, the underdog wins about 90% of the time. So the person that's not supposed to. So whenever we hear his name's Bootsy. Whenever we hear Bootsy bark, we just start betting the underdog now, and it's worked for a year straight.
Now, someone's brought up the interesting point. What if she actually found JJ's
thank
body
God she did.
alive? So she and imagine this. Like I remember I was watching what is it, AF Pendleton or Penny or something like that. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, about Nicole Bully or something. Is that the one that Skep was on? You talking about or no?
Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Queen? What's up? What are you saying?
No, I said AF Pennington. That's what you were
AF
talking
Pendleton.
about.
Yeah. And she talked about a story about how, like, one of the kids, I was watching it, and one of the stories was very interesting about a girl whose brother was murdered, and they were doing an art. They were just like putting newspapers for an art project down so it wouldn't make a mess. And the story came up about her brother being murdered or something in the story. And it makes me think, like, what if you actually saw the dead body of this child and the mother had to see alive to find out her child is dead? Betty, what would you have done, Betty, if that woman had to find her dead child on your live?
Oof.
If the father had to find out that the child was dead because you're live, because you're irresponsible?
If she asked her to remove it, I guarantee she wouldn't. Like off her phone, not even on YouTube, just off her phone. I guarantee she wouldn't.
Yeah, like it's really disgusting. You would have done the worst thing. You would have imagine finding out your child might have been died. It would have died, in a forest from a fucking idiot YouTuber who decided to live stream it. How disrespectful. What if you would have affected a possible murder scene? If you would have found a murder scene, you contaminated a murder scene because you're stupid. Like, I just like this people, like she's just so fucking stupid and irresponsible. And it's disgusting that people actually give her money to continue her actions. You're allowing this person to continuously make money from ruining people's lives. These people don't realize that, but she is ruining people's lives.
I think also kind of off subject, but not really actually. Molly's I think a lot of her recent really, really nasty attitude is because all her peers and her little crew are making more money than her in super chats, stuff like that. She might make some good money, I think, on Patreon, but I mean, she sees Mallory making $200-300 on an hour and a half stream, and Betty getting funded for all this kind of stuff, and Justin's freaking lives got more people than hers.
I'm not defending Mallory, but I would say that Mallory and Dolly are not as lazy as Molly. Molly is fucking lazy. It's the laziest piece of shit in all this stuff. She is so lazy. All she does is basically talk on a live and then just basically take pills and diet pills and eat food all day and basically do no research at all.
And then talk to the imaginary person on the right.
Yeah, she's a lazy piece of shit. So that's why her super chats are down. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't do research. She doesn't even do really an open panel. She failed at an open panel when she did try. She looked like a complete fool. She let that broken fish on, and she looked like a complete idiot.
I think that's why she doesn't let people up. Is for that reason, unless she knows him. I know she's done it a few times, but yeah, blank screen, get the hell out of here. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. She kept looking up in the trees. Is he a monkey? Yeah, well, Betty's a fucking idiot. What do you expect? Like, and she's also kind of evil. Like, how do you not are happy about a child being found? Okay.
So what do you mean by that, Tim? Like she wasn't happy, like she didn't like, because I don't know if she made a video or whatever, you know what I mean? So I'm just asking context.
Let's look at her.
She seemed like disappointed a little in a way, you know,
Really?
that I mean a little, you know, just like, oh, okay, you know, wah wah.
I just drove all the way over here,
I
which is
didn't
only
find
10
him.
minutes away, right? And she wanted the case to elongate or be a lot longer so she can get more content out of it. I mean, I guess it's pretty obvious, but
Possibly.
I'd like to see the expression on her face.
Yeah. And then I mean the guy that found him was like this Marine. He was so sweet. And he actually was like, he said something interesting. He's like, I just listened and he could like hear, he was like being quiet. And that's how he found him in a way.
I bet you he wasn't live streaming.
Yeah, exactly. Like he wasn't, you know,
He was paying
talking to
attention,
the
like you said.
camera. Yeah,
You know
he
what I
was
mean?
like listening and he heard like a whimpering and then he followed it.
Yeah.
You know? It's just that's how you search for somebody, not like trying to like set up a camera on like a thing, you know.
All right.
What?
Yeah. I think Johnson wants to jump up. I think she's.
Well, come on with it. What you doing?
I dropped in multiple times for Johnson.
Go ass up here. Here, I'll go pin it. Let me. Is it in the chat?
Yeah,
Here,
might as
come
well
on.
pin it just in case. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
get Betty
right
on.
here.
Maybe Betty will. Betty
I think
will
Rabbit
jump on.
wanted to
Maybe
come on too.
maybe from like wherever she
Betty
is
can
now,
jump
Virginia,
on,
or maybe
Rabbit
she's in
Oh my God! What
Yeah.
a shit. That would be such a shit show if Betty jumped up, but it would be so fun.
like in the car.
We would rip Betty's ass goddamn to
Yeah,
shreds. She
I
wouldn't
was
even know
putting it
what.
in my mouth.
It would be. We'll invite Savage. Oh, maybe we could try to get Savage secretly over.
I'm just going to stay muted if Betty comes up. I got nothing to say to her.
Yeah, you'll just say gutter Muppet. That's what you can say.
Muppet.
You know me, I'll freeze and be like,
Gutter
See,
Muppet.
yeah, see you next
"Hello,
Tuesday.
Gutter Muppet."
That's what she'll do.
I would just listen to you guys because you guys would be able to handle that one pretty easily.
Well, mostly like what her tactic will be is try to scream over you because she's an idiot, and that's going to be her tactic, her entire tactic. You saw.
I'd like to debate Molly. You think if I paid her like $300, she would debate me for like half hour, or an hour?
I don't even think she'll be up. I think she will fall asleep during the debate.
Yeah.
Right there, halfway through. I mean, Veda paid her, and Veda's acting like she didn't pay her. She was saying that on one of her lives. She 100% paid Molly.
I mean, she didn't really get her money's worth, honestly.
No, there's supposed to be two of them. The first one, and then she's like, "All right, we're gonna stop this one and do it. When do you want to do the next one, Molly? Let's do it right now." And that shit ended, and she must have fucking lit into her or was yelling after, in the back or whatnot because they didn't do it number two, and it's because everybody in the chat was talking shit. She had 0 mods for the first 25 minutes. It was like, Blank Screen was in there. 15, 20 people from the chat were in there, and we were just freaking
Blank Screen was in there talking shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Blank
Screen.
Screen.
It was when all your names. Remember you did all those names?
Swear, that
Remember when the
Blank
chat-
Screen is unblockable.
Oh, he's about 1 million, I think. But remember when your chat changed all their names?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was hilarious.
It was like the next day. So you got Mallory's Fupa Chains in there. You got freaking Walter's Blinky ass cuck chairs in there. It was awesome.
JLR's missing blinks. That's the best.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was actually hilarious.
It was like multiplying. It was like 1 and then 3 and then 10. And then it was like everybody was changing their name.
It was awesome. And then she finally, you know what? You need to make one of my people mods. And the next thing you know it, I never got to lead. I got my question asked, and she kind of deflected a little bit. I asked her why her sister was being racist on her show the night before, when she said on the phone, she said that effing black nurse, and you know what I mean? Not that nurse. Why do you got to bring the color into it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the way she said it was like, I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but it was like, that effing, you know what I mean? Like it was. So she's like, what are you talking about? And then someone in the chat answered for her. She's like, what? Because she said that black nurse. It just narrative change. You know what I mean? It was that effing black nurse in a nasty ass way.
Yeah, that lady is a real piece of work. Real piece of work. Where is Johnson?
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, get your ass up here, Jones. And
All right.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the situation. Like, did anybody clip it? Did you clip it?
Oh, that one's got a someone had to have clipped that.
I hope someone did.
I know it was downloaded by people like Union and a couple of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say shit. I was somebody just sent me a screenshot of Benny Keys. His he made a community post or whatever about that emergency me, the girl that PG went off on Prayer Garden.
Yeah,
you guys talking about the lady that she went off on that was like trafficked, and she's like, "No, you wasn't." You guys know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that woman is. Her
Hey,
goes are real.
guys.
What's
Hi,
up,
Johnson.
What y'all doing?
Talking shit.
Exactly. That's all we do.
What you want, B. Tim?
I don't want nothing from you. Nothing.
What?
Oh no.
I'm in my bed covered up this fool.
I don't want nothing from you.
I don't want nothing from you. Unbelievable.
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 I got me a burger today, y'all. It was so good.
Fuck yeah.
I did. JLR made that McDonald's burger look good as fuck last night.
So you're a JLR watcher now? I see how it is.
I was clipping him, fool. But he was eating a burger the whole time, and I was like, damn. Because we don't eat McDonald's and shit like that. I was like, damn, that burger looks good. So that's what I had for dinner. And it was absolutely worth it.
What kind of burger?
I don't like
McDonald's.
this. I don't like this situation. You're getting too close to JLR. Not good. I think we need to rescue. We need to rescue you.
Did you see that little clip? I mean, this fool, he was on it last night. Like, he was hyped up, and he was talking about every little thing. He said, I confronted Buster Murdoch, Bus.
Did you guys hear fucking Nancy Grace reading that screenshot of the bus and the Bobo and the pawpaw?
She read it out loud.
Oh my god.
Yes, she did.
Oh my
Stand
god,
her.
that's crazy. She's the OG tragedy pimp. What do you?
Yeah, I know, B. Tim. I've spent time looking into her since she told me that.
Yeah, I tell you the right things. Don't worry.
I know
Do you see
that.
somebody like Photoshop like a desk and like next to her in the Murdoch like
Oh,
courthouse in
hell.
the corner? It's like there was like like
The
that
internet
one.
kills me, man.
I know.
Like, who thinks of this shit?
I know. It's so funny.
Unfortunately, we do. Unfortunately, we do.
Yeah.
Screenshot of her in the courtroom, 4 rows back, trying to jut her head forward far enough. Oh my god.
She was near
Yeah.
Bus today, right? Or like right in back of him, I think. Or yesterday. She was
It's so
really close
it's hard not to miss that dude. I mean, that red hair like literally.
Oh
sticks
my
out.
god, I can't. That red hair is way too red. I can't.
You can find him anywhere you look. Yeah.
Slithery
In the
little
corner.
snake. Oh look, here it is. Let's
Oh, speaking of
No.
our girl.
All right, listen, y'all. Listen to her read it. It's like listening to a white person read like a rap
This
song.
is
Ready?
great.
Oh no.
Listen, people. Listen.
Hold on. This is from Thompson on Twitter. She wrote it up the best. I cannot even take credit for that with a straight face. Ready? This is Alex Murdoch speaking. Mags and Paw Paw have been talking to Roro, Stanky Leg, Little Jimmy, and Fathead, who heard about the pills from Handsome and Dibble Dabble, who told Bus and M, who threatened to call the Popo on the talkie-talkie. I don't have to memorize it and say it to the jury with a straight face.
Okay. Oh my god.
That's weird. It made me like her a little bit more, and I don't want to do that. Oh.
I heard she's getting a little more nice in her older. The older she gets.
Yeah.
No, that's just her getting easy.
I don't know about that.
It's just hiding easier.
Jay-Z, thank you for becoming a member, love. I don't know about that.
I think Amanda Galusha, she became a member too earlier. I don't know if you got her because it went real quick.
Thank you, Amanda, love. I know I didn't get her. I didn't even see it, baby. Sorry.
Is T-Ray going to come out with the Paw Paw song now? I wonder who's going to get to that one first.
Paw Paw.
Queen,
Oh,
have you seen, I just got to ask this. Have you seen Paper Cut's full commercial yet?
Yeah, I saw that on your channel, Johnson.
No, the
Bitch,
commercial,
right?
the whole commercial, not a screenshot. I
Yeah,
haven't
she
seen it
based-
either.
Yeah.
Let's look at
You
where's
gotta
that?
pay.
Where's that?
What?
Oh,
I think I'm gonna take one for the team and get it.
Do it.
Tell me
I'll
why. If you're gonna stream it for everybody
I'll
else,
give
yeah,
a super
hell
chat
yeah,
during
hell
the
yeah.
live if that happens. Don't worry, I'll cover it. I'll cover it for you.
God, because I mean, somebody asked me today if I had seen it, and I was like, you know what? No, I haven't took the time to go over there. I hate giving Dolly money, but I'm gonna go see what's up. I gotta see it. It's driving me crazy.
There's a lady named Team, like there's a channel called Team Rose, and I don't even know who she is. I've never watched
She used
her
to be
channel
on
before.
Dolly's. I don't know if she still is.
No, she used to be, but now she's not.
She was talking about Tina, like Paperclip, being on food stamps, and the fact that she had to pay Dolly for his friendship. Like she was, like the chat
Like
was really
$50
fucking angry
and
about.
she's- Yeah.
She drained her account for it.
And she like
so
joined his
basically she was trying to overdraft
Patreon
her.
too. And he's like, don't.
No.
Even Dolly was like, I'll give you money back for the Patreon.
Yes,
and she's
she
like,
already
no.
joined it. It was $10.80.
Yeah, and he was like, no. He was
So
actually
she
wanted to
wants
give it. I can't
support
give
him,
you.
but it's just really
Yeah.
probably she wants to support him
It's-
because she likes him, and that's all there is to it.
That's all there is to it.
It's
Yeah.
just sad because she was throwing money at Mallory that she doesn't have. You know what I mean? I feel like she maybe felt like some type of way over there all of a sudden. Now she's throwing money over at Mallory because she thinks she has to do that to belong somewhere into a community. And,
And
that's
she
what
doesn't have to do that. And that's what's so
know.
sad. They're taking advantage of it. Did
They
you
are,
hear
that's
her? Did you listen to that live today, Ellie? He was kind of mean
A little
to
bit
Papercut
because I woke
on
up
the
and like
phone.
it was like it was like it was on early this morning, so I put it on and yeah, because
He was kind of
he had
mean.
he was like taking calls instead of having like a panel, right? That was
Yeah,
this
and
morning.
Papercut
Yeah.
was calling, and he
Yeah.
kind of gave her a hard time about it. And then she was
Yeah.
like, "You know, Jimmy, I kind of feel like you're trying to get me off the phone kind of quick. Am I a problem?" And then
Aw.
she said, "I'll do better, bitch.
Didn't
Don't
she call
tell
back or something?
anybody
Oh no,
you'll do
the other
better."
girl, the other one, his other girlfriend, Mel. She like
Mel,
hung
she
up
called
and then
right
she called
after.
back. Yeah.
He was like, "Hello, love."
Hello, love. And he's like, hello, love. Exactly.
Nicole said she sends him $100 super chats. What?
Yeah,
Who?
she's
Paperclip?
Paperclip?
Yeah, unfortunately, she thinks she can just she just spends all her money on them, and she's on food
That's
stamps. I
crazy.
heard,
Oh,
and it's really
gosh.
fucked up.
Aw.
I do feel horrible.
I don't know
Yeah.
why he doesn't just give her the fucking membership for free.
That's her voice, J Lord. That's literally how she talks.
Yeah, and then this other guy called in and he was like, his like wife was like a trademark lawyer. Did you hear him? And he's like, "Oh, I love your soap. I'm using this one and that one." And he
Oh
sounded
my
like a normal
God.
guy. Like his wife is like
A lot of his people sound really cool and normal.
this
They
guy was
really
like
do.
very normal and cool. And he's like, but then he was like, "Oh, I love this soap." And I was like, "Oh my God." But it was just, yeah, it was weird.
Mhm.
Like, what is going on? Yeah. Yeah. Some of his people are like, just,
They seem decent. They're just they're
yeah,
gullible.
totally.
They're gullible.
Yeah, they kind of like want him to be his friend or something, right? Want to be friends
Well,
with him?
according to
It's weird.
Rose, he might have sold his devil to he sold his soul to the devil so he can.
He sold his devil
travel.
to the devil.
Like,
Sold
is
his
that
soul.
legit? Does she really mean that?
Well,
Well,
the devil was just in Georgia looking for a soul to steal.
Yeah,
Oh,
he,
hell.
And they found him.
yeah, maybe he sold his soul to Betty. That's why she is the devil.
I
Yeah.
thought Team Rose, because Team Rose was in Mallory's chat the other day telling Mallory to stand up for Papercut because Dolly won't show her commercial.
Yeah, she did do that, actually. I think she's kind of like.
So which is it? Is she against Tina or for Tina? Because putting out that EBT shit is kind of against Tina.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% it is.
All right, Team Rose. We got to know. Are you with Dolly? Are you with Dolly? Or are you with Papercut Tina? What do you got to do?
You know what I've noticed? Channels. All right, so when channels that make money,
Yeah, that lady probably has no idea who the fuck we even are.
Oh, she will. She will.
Ooh. Oh no, I think she knows Jones, and she knows about you, Jones. And I'm sure she's what you know what I mean.
Me? I don't think so. I've never heard from her or anything. I've just seen her.
You guys, look at this clip. Look at this fucking clip. I just no. I gotta share this with y'all for real.
How's that for a good clip, huh? I see you took my clip from last night. But it's true. I just did it because I needed to find a way to get the trolls off my ass. So, anyway. But here is my night message for you.
Oh my God. Why would you do that?
Oh my God. Somebody needs to order her a fucking tongue scraper.
Oh my God. That looked like a white chameleon tongue.
You guys know what movie that's from, right?
Yeah, you need a tongue scraper, ma'am, really badly.
I need to what? Who?
Oh, that lady needs a tongue scraper. You know,
Oh, a tongue scraper. Yeah.
That's the one that says, I hate all of you. That's her. That's the same lady.
Dude, you have missed the best clips. Lycan has her clipped saying, here let's see, for the go get your rocks off, go have a good orgasm, and for the men, go have a good ejaculation.
Evil Abe's Highway to Hell. They said Dolly obviously stole his channel name from a famous Marvel series. Just saying, it's blatant, and no one has ever mentioned it. I didn't know that.
I don't either. I've never heard of Dolly. I'll Google it.
Rose paid $3,000 for a nasty hat that belonged to a scamming fake bounty hunter. She's a whole different level. That's what Please Help Me Facebook said to beat him.
Oh, jeez.
$3,000 for a nasty hat? The
What?
fuck out of here.
What the fuck?
That happened to do a lot of
Oh,
things.
no, I'm just reading chat.
Jesus.
Hell no. $3,000 for a stank ass hat.
Ugh, could you imagine?
Well,
From what bounty hunter?
What nonsense.
You people those people have too much money like to spend on stupid shit. Like,
Hey, nonsense.
nonsense.
Like I said, that happened to do a lot of things. If you know what I mean.
What up, QueenBee? Panel and chat. What up? Yes, she paid $3,000 for Ernie's hat.
Who's
Ernie's hat?
You're
Doesn't
fucking
that
out of your mind.
Oh
You're
my
fucking out
God,
of your
that's
mind.
the
You're
lady
lying.
that's the lady that bought Ernie Shell's hat.
Ernie
Team
Shell?
Rose?
Yes, that's
You
the
know
lady.
like
You
Ernie?
gotta be fucking joking me.
Trey said, yep,
No.
come on, y'all. Remember the black cowboy hat that
Yes,
Shell used to wear of the crocodile teeth on it?
This is Team Rose, y'all. This Team Rose here. And it says free Jimmy's cash cow.
Oh my God.
Paperclip.
Oh my God.
On paperclip, Jimmy's cash cow. What the fuck?
That is fucked up. Man, I feel bad for her now again. I went
Team
over
Rose?
effort, and now I feel bad again. It's conflicting.
It is conflicting.
Wait, so Team Rose, she was with Dolly first, or what?
Yeah,
She was
and
with
she
Dolly
bought
first?
Ernie Shell's crocodile teeth hat.
Yeah, she was like a Dolly fan, I think, and then she eventually just like doesn't like him anymore. That's pretty much what's happening.
She probably left around the same time Frida B did, because I know they were on there together. She was an old member like Frida B.
Who stole a U-Haul and made a bunch of burns in the carpet? Who is it? What the hell?
Oh my God.
What?
Evil Abe said he stole a U-Haul and made a bunch of burns in the carpet. I guess Evil Abe's talking about Ernie, or I don't know.
Yeah, Ernie's
Yeah.
a character, that's for sure. I saw him like try to
Look at the comment up here. It says the only reason he put her in the title is to put her commercial in Patreon. Free Tina's commercial.
Oh
Oh
my God.
Oh my God.
This commercial.
Hashtag, look at the comments. I'm just reading them on the bottom of the screen here, but like when you move it back or whatever they're saying, like there was one list we
What
wouldn't
is it
even know each other.
about?
If it was, I heard she had food stamps. That's where it was at right there. Yes, I heard Tina say she was on food stamps
Oh.
tonight. but she's donating him $50. Like, what the hell?
When was
Like,
this live, Queen?
today.
I
today.
got it. I
Is
saw
this
it.
the one?
Yeah, I saw it on the Real Dolly Vision channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tracked it down. I asked them, "What channel is this? Where did you get this clip from?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I went to
Right. It says Rose. None of us would know each other without Dolly Vision. Do we have to pay for that too? So I don't know what the hell. Like, they must have been talking about Dolly this whole time.
Damn, we'll have to link up. I'll go.
Yeah,
over.
I'll toss you to. Let me toss you one more.
Is that the one
if
you
you're
sent in
online,
Discord?
You might have found me anyway. You might have found me anyway because I had a channel before Dolly, and I had 4,000 subs. So I had people before Dolly. I'm 60. I'm before Dolly.
I can't take her serious, Queen. I can't take her serious. She paid $3,000 for that fucking hat. I can't take her serious.
Here, Queen. I put the clip of the
If
Real
that's
Dolly
true.
Vision.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
pop it here.
it's don't be a farm animal. Join my Patreon. Tier 1 life coaching, acting, and soap. And this is from the Real Dolly Vision.
Hey, my question is why I think, if I'm not mistaken, he said he felt like it would embarrass the show or embarrass Tina if he put it out publicly. But that's what commercials aren't meant to embarrass you, but they're there to bring awareness to your business, to bring, what's that called?
Traffic engagement.
Publicity, yes. That's what commercials are for. So why the fuck would you put a commercial behind a paywall? Is it because it was that embarrassing?
make
I gotta
money
get this
off of
video.
it.
I gotta get this fucking video.
I'm 60. I came before Dolly.
That's
That one
why,
got me.
Jonathan.
He's gonna
Because
up. He's gonna up.
curiosity killed the cat.
He's gonna
You
up his
think so?
He's gonna up the the price as soon as you said that.
That motherfucker better not.
Hey guys, I'm gonna drop down. My day was long today, so I'm gonna listen from chat, okay?
Okay, get a good night for us tonight.
Good night.
Night. You have a good
night.
Run out the party too hardy.
So this broad is still friends with Dolly, and she's the one, and these people are talking shit to her right now about Tina. Is that what I'm gathering?
No.
No, this is her channel. This is her channel. It's called Team Rose, and she has her own channel. And then she said she had 4,000 subs prior to this, I guess, before she started this channel, before Dolly had a channel, maybe, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what she was saying or what, but is this Paperclips commercial when we pop this on? Is that what's gonna play?
No, that's the
No.
woman. That's the woman that screams free, just the part where I actually. It's interesting. It's just basically like she says like free paper cut or something like that. Like,
Oh, free paper. Okay, hold on. We'll play it real quick.
Oh man.
What is the commercial about?
So.
Oh, okay.
What music is she playing?
I don't know. She plays these like weird music from like old style music. I don't know.
That's
Is that the bathtub soap commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
bathtub
okay.
soap.
I'm gonna get it. I'll have it. I'll
Okay.
have it tonight.
Okay,
I'll
it's
get
all
it.
coming
that's awesome.
together
Thank you,
now.
John.
I get it.
It's worth it, in my opinion, because I'm a free that fucking commercial, so nobody goes and buys a Patreon to see it.
I know that's right, bitch. Keep your plate to yourself, damn it.
You'll
Oh,
take
shit.
You don't want them to
You're
fucking
told on
raise
yourself.
the price on this, bitch. You better hurry up and go get it now.
I know. All right. I'm going.
Yeah, I just dropped the real
You wouldn't
Dolly
make a good
Vision.
mafia person, Jones.
The real Dolly Vision does interesting. Like he just like basically tracks down Dolly and makes fun of him. So if you want to watch the content about making fun of like watching clips about making fun of Dolly, that's probably the channel you should watch.
Is it just on a Dolly Vision and I'll find it?
Yeah, I just dropped it in the chat.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the real Dolly Vision. That's his name, and he's got like this weird. He's got like a weird.
I thought it was Dolly's fucking channel, and I guess now it's not.
Yeah, I remember that. It's like, do you guys know?
When I seen Savage message in there, I'm like, oh fuck, this is not. There's no fucking way. This is Dolly's channel.
Yeah, and he has like a little like I think Pee Wee Herman body with Dolly Vision's head.
Oh no.
Yeah. That'll do it.
That will do it. That will do, pig. That will do. But yeah, that's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what's with that woman. I mean, I think she needs to really reevaluate her situation because, like, Paper Cut literally was like in the bathtub in a bathing suit, scrubbing and taking a bath in Dolly soap, and it's like
in front of thousands of people. They're
He calls them like lather bars, not soap. He calls them like lather bars.
And honestly, I would be like, I don't know why Dolly would be like, yeah, I'm going to put this on Facebook, guys. I'm going to put this on Patreon. It's like, really? And you know this lady's collecting food stamps. You don't give her like a year's worth of Dolly Vision or free shit or something.
Free soap for a while for doing that.
She did it out of the goodness of her heart. You know what I mean? Literally, the goodness of her heart. That's what pisses me off.
That's why I don't really like want to go in on her too much. People, because I feel like I'm punching down. You know what I mean?
I feel like
she's just way out of.
It's not even punching down, Tim. It's punching somebody that doesn't even realize that what they're doing right now, and that's what you know what I mean. It's someone needs to reach out to her.
Yeah, someone really needs to like figure out and explain to her about like this is not good, ma'am. This is not good. You need to
step away from the YouTube.
And it's a money thing.
She's an adult. She can, you know.
Yeah.
I know, Tween, but it's all that money going. You know what I mean? That's the one thing that bothers me. Is all that money going.
Yeah, they could be exploiting her, but she's letting herself do it though. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's a big girl.
She's a grown ass woman. I mean, if she wants to send him money and she wants to break herself, it is what it is. I mean, she'll figure it out.
She'll figure it out on her own. She is grown. I mean, she's not like a kid, and like you can't really like tell her. You know, I mean.
Well, I know someone in her family just passed away, so I know she's really lonely right now. So you know what I mean? It's just fucking sad.
It is definitely sad. The whole thing, you know, and all, you know.
Yeah, how many people do you think do that for fucking Betty and Molly and them? You know what I mean? Like they are on disability, or you know,
that's just mind-boggling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many more that we don't even freaking see, but you know what I mean. Tina makes it public, so yeah, you're right.
Thank you, Evil Abe. But anyway, let me see.
Thank you, Evil Abe. Oh, here, yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys before we get off here later or whatever, before you guys get skedaddling. And it's really fucking bad. Hold on one sec. I'm going to pull it. It's just trigger warning. It's really bad.
How bad is it when Queen's like trigger warning? You know it's fucking bad.
Yeah. Right.
Agreed.
It's like, oh shit, here we go again.
Here we go. What now?
Here we go now. Here we go now. Sorry, I'm baked. Thank you, Coco. I appreciate that.
Aw, you do. Have an honest and good heart.
Thank you, Ellie. Steve knows.
If B. Steve could only see that side of you, huh, Boston?
Yeah.
He would fall in love with you too, right?
Just one time.
Nah, that'll never happen.
Whatever.
Child, the patient was FaceTime. He received a call shortly before 2 a.m. from a reportee that advised that he had been called by a small child or a younger child. The patient was FaceTiming him and it advised that something bad had happened at the house. He left from his residence, drove over here, keeping the child on the phone because he wanted to make sure they were safe. He did not know exactly what was going on. Arrived at the house, got the two children out, went in, found out that people had been hurt inside the house. At that point, he called 911 and contacted us. Deputies arrived on scene and upon entering the house found 4 persons deceased, 3 females and a male. One of the females is a juvenile. We're not releasing names yet, as wait on next of kin and those types of things.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah. What is it like a murder?
There was
Like one,
a kid on the phone on FaceTime, and
there's
something bad happened. Something bad happened. Get over here.
oh no.
And yeah, he got there, and there's 4 people dead. One of those being a juvenile child, a female child, which means she's like 13 or 14, I think. It happened in Florida. It just happened. It's fucking awful. And this guy, the guy that did it, actually killed 2 dogs as well. I'll just let y'all listen.
2 younger children are safe. They're with us in the Ward County Fire Rescue, and we're in the process of reuniting them with some other family members. At this point, that's really about all I can go into. We don't believe that there's any danger to the community. From everything that we've found so far, we're very early in the investigation. It appears that everything was limited to this residence, that it is an isolated incident concerning the people that are here. And we will be here for quite a while. It's a pretty large scene. I would say we'll be here through the night, maybe into tomorrow. So there will be some traffic alterations on Allen Shepard and local traffic can get through, but it's we're going to kind of keep it closed a little bit just because we have so many people working here today.
Sure. Are you all actively looking for a suspect at this point?
Can't really talk about any of that at the moment. We haven't really done enough in the residence to get a full picture of what happened. So that's why we're calling it a death investigation until we have gone in and completed what we need to do, particularly in the next few hours, to find out exactly what happened inside the residence. We'll have a better picture of what we're dealing with.
So we don't know if there's even a suspect to be looking for.
The possibility exists that there might not be. Based on the evidence that we've seen so far, we just can't conclude that until we really get in depth and do what needs to be done. And it's a meticulous process because we're dealing with multiple areas in the residence and multiple decedents.
Whoa! So one of the 4 persons that are dead did it.
The dad was arrested. It says.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll go try to find another one of the articles or whatever that's like another article on it or whatever. Go ahead, baby.
This one, they said there was like 2 little kids in the house, like a 6 and a 9-year-old, and they're the ones that FaceTime with and called from inside the house, and they said what was going on. And there was like 4 people, like Glinda, 63, Michael Watson, 36, along with 35-old Constance. And then I guess seems like the father, and then a 15-year-old girl. Ugh. And they were all, yeah. And then 2 of the 2 were unharmed, like a 6 and 9-year-old. But I think the 6-year-old is the one that called.
It says yeah. Domenico, whatever, who was in a previous relationship with Constance Terwilliger, the mother of the teen who was killed, was arrested in Rockledge and charged with 4 counts of premeditated murder in connection with the deaths of Glinda, Michael, Andrew, Constance, and Kiera.
Oh, so their daughter, like Constance's daughter, mother, and boyfriend, maybe, or new boyfriend.
Ivy discussed the criminal record between 2005 and 2012, including domestic violence, assault, and 1 charge of animal cruelty. He actually killed a dog by slamming his head on a table and breaking his neck, and then stabbing another dog.
What the?
And that was his daughter that he killed, actually.
The bodies of 4 were discovered early Wednesday, shortly after a child called the friend of one of the victims by FaceTime or another streaming service to report that something had happened in their home.
Oh, poor kids.
And another child, ages 9 and 6, were in the home at the time. So their 15-year-old sister and the 3 adults were murdered.
And that was the dad, Kiara is the daughter, the 15-year-old, and the mother, and maybe the new boyfriend, this Michael Watson guy, and then her mother.
Oh,
or his mother, because it has Glinda Terwilliger. the same name as Constance. Oh my gosh! And why the dog? I hate it when people. Why the dogs too? You know,
dog, yeah.
And he didn't kill himself. You know, he arrested him.
Yeah.
He has some previous charges, including animal cruelty, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and aggravated assault. He faces 4 counts of premeditated first-degree murder and is being held with no bond.
It's fucking sick.
I mean, that's like I mean, it sounds like why kill your own dog? See, I mean, people like don't understand how like Alec Murdoch might have like killed. Like this stuff happens, you know. People just.
You know what I think happened with Alec Murdoch? I feel like he shot Paul first, and then his mom ran over to him because she like maybe was in shock that he shot. You know what I mean? And didn't even like real. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Because I felt like she would, if it was someone, she would have ran, not ran to him. And I felt like that's why she ran to him because that's what they were explaining today.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sad situation.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch all the Netflix one and then the other one?
I didn't watch Netflix episode actually yet. I only watched the one that was recommended by Queen, and I didn't watch that.
Oh, that like Dateline or something, or the 48 Hours or something it was on YouTube.
The one on Netflix is more like it's from the kids' point of view on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really. It's good.
It's the kids, and they said that he would get so drunk that Paul would get so drunk that they would call him Timothy or Timmy when he got drunk. He would like turn into a different person.
Yeah.
He would spread his fingers out real wide, like stretch his hand out and his fingers out real wide, and stretch his arms out. There was something wrong with the kid.
Well, some said that he was like the black sheep a little bit in the family. And when I was listening to that hidden true crime, that Dr. John guy, he was saying that the only motive that he is the shame of like this boating accident, that he could be going to jail, that Paul could be going to jail.
Doesn't the Netflix one shed the light on like the Tyler or the Smith, last name Smith, and then also with the
Stephen
maid.
Smith.
Stephen Smith and the maid as well. So like you see all these cover-ups, like they're completely like clear. All the parents are involved talking in this and whatnot. Of the people of the kids in the boat, it's freaking like that's
Paul's
what really
girlfriend,
you gotta watch it.
Morgan.
You gotta watch,
like Paul's girlfriend, she definitely thinks that Alec Murdoch is very guilty. Yeah, she's very like, she even thinks that he has something to do with Gloria's death too, possibly, and she said to them, because like after Maggie and Paul were killed, they must have like went around to everybody involved with the boating accident to get their DNA, and she said they showed up to get her DNA, and she said, you better look at Alec Murdoch. she told the cops that. I mean, she does not like him.
They were going after like all some of them were insulted. They were taking their, you know what I mean? They're taking their blood, you know what I mean? And why don't you go after Alec? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think if he gets off,
I don't even think he did. I think he paid somebody. Now that I'm thinking about it, like I think he paid somebody to do it. That's why he was there with them. He was there with them, and he's like, oh, what's that dog's name? Whatever the fuck it is. And he went to go get the bird. I think, and I think Paul was shot because they were shot with 2 different guns.
I mean, they could have been like hiding there. You never know. But like, think about it, though, if they
went running, you know what I mean? And then she was, and then,
I think he brought 2 guns.
5 shots.
To throw everybody off.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he could have done it, but it could have been somebody else. Like, I definitely have more reasonable doubt than when the whole freaking case started, the whole, trial started, truthfully.
He was there though, no matter what, whether he's with somebody or not.
Yeah,
he was 100% there.
The timeline and the fact that he lied, I can't get over the fact that he lied about that, about not being down at the kennels, because he was very clear and he told everybody that he was taking a nap, and now his nap was like 10 minutes or 9 minutes long. And
If you're innocent, you don't lie about that. You know what I mean? It's just point. It's end of story. That's why
especially
those jurors
right.
don't see that.
Yeah, especially right after you're like, and he said it was because of like corrupt, like he thought they were corrupt. But I mean, if he's like the husband, he's going to be the first one that's looked at, and he would know that as a lawyer, and he would maybe say he wasn't there. So you kind of can look at it that way too, that he was like just being lawyery and he wasn't guilty, and he just was saying he wasn't there because he knew he'd be looked at. And if he was there 5 minutes before, what is that going to look like? It's going to look like I killed them, right?
Well, he couldn't not trust the cops because he had all those cops. If you when you watch the Netflix one, like they all knew him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that's like,
Oh, that's strange. Him worried about corruption when he's fully corrupt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and he was like walking into like they have him like on video walking into the hospital the night of like the Mallory Beach incident, and he's you see him with that badge on his like belt, like like right on his pocket, kind of
making
and he
phone
was
calls nonstop, trying to talk to all the kids, not to say
trying to talk
anything.
to all the kids, trying to like blame it on Cooper, that he was, they tried to actually say that he was
Yeah, because he drove at
driving the
one point
boat.
for like 5 seconds, and then Paul made him give the steering wheel back because he was a narcissist. Paul drove
Yeah.
because he was driving bad, to begin with, and then he took the wheel back.
But they figured
long
out
before
like
the bridge.
Yeah, but they figured out just by like that Mark Tinsley, he said like the way that Cooper was like injured, he couldn't have been, like it would be impossible for him to be driving the boat. I think that's like it's like one of the first things that like Alec says to the police. He says it over and over again that this is because of the boating accident. You know what I mean? So no matter what, if he did kill them, then it's because of the boating accident, because he's saying that it's a projection or whatever. I feel
Yep.
like it is because like things were like falling down on him. There was going to be shit, like when his son was going to go to jail.
Paul grew conscious, right? If he started to grow conscious and he was going to court soon, and maybe he said something to his dad like, "Hey, maybe I should," and his dad covered up all that shit. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch of things that
I don't think that's good. I mean, like, I think it's more to it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. It's all right.
Oh no, I was done. I think someone else is talking.
Yeah, you go, Queen. I'm good.
All right, I'll go ahead and play this then.
Good morning, everyone. Sheriff Wayne Ivory, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. And while I say good morning, it's a sad morning for us here in our community, as I need to give everyone in our community an update on an active scene. Our team is working right now on Allen Shepherd Avenue in Canaveral Groves. Currently, our homicide unit is working a death investigation where 4 victims were found dead earlier this morning. This is a very fluid scene. As you can tell, we are in the very early stages of it, so I'm going to be very limited in what information I can actually give out. Of our victims who we are not going to identify at this time are 3 females and 1 male. One of our female victims has been determined to be a juvenile. Again, we're not giving out their names, and we'll give names and ages as part of updates later on this afternoon. There are 2 small children who were inside the residence where the death investigation is taking place. Thankfully, both of them were unharmed during this extremely horrific incident. They are now safe with our team as well as with our partners from Brevard County Fire Rescue. I'm going to try and give you an update on what we know at this time as this thing is unfolded. Again, I'll remind you that very early on, our team needed to, before we went in and started processing the crime scene, we needed to make sure we had a search warrant in hand, and our team has that and are now starting to process this.
It makes me wonder if the 9 and the 6-year-old seen what happened, or if they just like woke up and seen things were crazy and called on the phone, like.
Yeah, or heard something.
I hope they didn't see it. Yeah, I was gonna say, I just hope they didn't see too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
him up. Poor kids, man. That shit's fucked up. But anyhow, we'll finish watching this real quick and then it should be done.
This crime scene. It's going to be a very lengthy process. But what we know at this time is that this morning around 1:55 a.m., our agency received a 911 call from a reportee that had been contacted actually by one of the small children inside. It was video contact through telephone, so something like FaceTime or something of that nature. The video contact, the small child told the reportee what had taken place, what they had seen at the house. The reportee raced to the scene, came from another one of our local cities, but raced to the scene and called 911 when they arrived here. One of the things that's important to understand is the reportee kept the child on the video the entire time, as they were concerned for the child's safety. So they kept him on the video the entire time and then called 911 when they got here and made sure that the two children were safe. As I said, the reportee drove to the residence, called 911. Our deputies arrived on scene and discovered the 4 victims inside and were able to determine that they were deceased. Currently, at this time, that is all we know and all we're prepared to release. As I said, our teams are here, our agents are inside, our crime scene investigators are here. It's a pretty healthy scene that we have here with a lot of our resources that are assigned to this. We do believe that this is, in fact, we're absolutely certain that this is an isolated incident. This is not a random act. We believe this is an isolated incident.
Yeah, so pretty much you guys get the gist. You know what it is, you know?
Yeah, it's bad.
We don't have to keep going over it. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what it is, but back to your conversation. I don't want to keep, you know what I'm saying? Back to the Murdaugh. Here's the dog kennels. This is right where the police came in. This is the body cam footage right here. So,
well, I've never
Anyway,
seen
Queen, I'm gonna skedaddle. I gotta get to work tomorrow. It's good.
all right, baby. We'll talk to you after.
Bye,
All right,
Tim.
baby.
Bye.
Bye, Timmy. Love you.
Good night.
I'll put this real fast because this is right. This is the body cam footage here.
Central 717 scene is secure. Got a Whiskey Fox, Whiskey Mike, both gunshot wounds to the head.
Sir, I want to let you know because of the scene, I did go get a gun and bring it down here.
It's in your vehicle? Do you have any guns on you at all?
No, sir. It's leaning up.
Right, mind you, this happened supposedly at what time? 8:45, they said, and he called at 10:02, 10:03.
Yeah,
right.
And he went to his he left the property at 9 to go to his 9:00 something to go to his mom's, and it's 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back.
This whole little fucking scene he puts on is fake as hell.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I've never seen this.
Against the side of my car.
Okay. You're fine, man. You're fine. Turn around for me.
I don't have any.
Okay. Yes, sir. I see that. Okay. This is your wife and son?
And son.
Okay.
It's bad. It's bad. Check the pulses.
Yes, sir. This is the firearm you brought from inside the house?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I went and get. This is a long story. My son was in a boat wreck a few months back. He's been getting threats. Most of it's been benign stuff we didn't take serious.
Okay.
You know, he's been getting punched. I know that's somebody. I know that's what it is.
Okay. When did you get home? Right when you called, or did you go to the house first? Where is the house?
I came to the house first. My mom has late stages Alzheimer's, and my dad is in the hospital.
Okay.
I left. I don't know what time. I can go back on my phone and tell you the exact times. Did you check?
Okay. Did I check what?
Did you check them?
We got medical guys that are that's what they're gonna do. Okay.
What are they doing? Can they hurry?
They are. Yes, sir. That gentleman that was out here already, he's one of the battalion chiefs. Okay. How did you pull up? You from back there?
I went to the house and they weren't home, which was odd. I tried to call.
Okay.
And then I knew they had been down here before I left to go to my mom.
Okay.
And so that is loaded.
Okay.
You might want to unload it. But
Is this the only firearm with you? This is the only one, or is there any more in the truck?
I believe that's it.
You think that's the only one?
I'm 99%.
Do you normally
certain that's
have
right.
any other firearms in your vehicle?
I don't, but
Okay.
occasionally there's a pistol in there.
Okay. Just wait right here for me for a second, okay?
Enjoy it, sir. And while I'm talking with Captain Deal, he's got crime scene. He's contacted them. He's also going to give us the assistance of a couple of field agents. Roger that.
I'm even checking they're dead. They are dead, aren't they?
Just turn on those.
Yes, sir. That's what it looks like.
Randy. All are dead. Where are you now? All right. Yeah, the police are here now. The police are here now. That's my brother.
Okay. When was the last time you were here with them, or talked to them, or anything like that?
Was earlier tonight. I don't know the exact time, but
okay.
I left. I was probably gone an hour and a half from my mom's, and I saw them about 45 minutes before that.
Okay.
I rode around with Paul for 2 hours this afternoon in the pickup truck.
That's your son, Paul? Okay.
Somebody going to check him?
Yes, sir. They've already checked them.
They did check him?
Yes, sir.
It's official that they're dead?
Yes, sir. That's what it looks like.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm very sorry.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, you see how he's acting and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
And this is like, what, an hour and a half after the shit happened, supposedly. So he didn't let them lay there for an hour, bleeding the fuck out before
This
he
is
even
like-
called the cops.
Yeah, this was like, yeah, because he left, went to his, mom's, came back. So yeah, it was like an hour and 15 minutes after, about
It's so obvious how he's playing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, oh, it's sickening.
hour and a half later. Yeah. And he says, see how he brings up the friggin' boating accident right away? That's why. He goes, that's why they were killed. Like, he pretty much said that. I mean,
He had that much time to think about all that. If that happened, your mind wouldn't be anywhere but like. I mean,
because I feel like that's his motive, and like money, like also like this property was, I think, 100% in Maggie's name, and then this other property was half and half. So he could, he could have been looking at them as like numbers, like 2 less people in the family, because he was financially like screwed up, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the motive is hard. They don't have to prove motive. The motive is a hard one, though. Like, how do you kill your, like, how do you do that as a father? I mean, look at this other guy just did it,
They don't have, there's no insurance policies on either one of them. So it's not like he went out and got big ass insurance policies on him and then offed him,
That's why I think.
But
Paul
Maggie
or
had
somebody knew
money.
something. Like
Maggie
knew something
had
about
some
the other
money, though,
cases.
in her name, and the house, one of the houses was only in Maggie's name. So there is that, you know what I mean? There is that part of it, that there is that financial gain that he was able to,
Yes, and every time he does, he throws Paul's name out there. But if you guys watch the Netflix, if you guys watch the little Netflix series they did on it, Paul's girlfriend says, check Alex Murdaugh. I don't trust him at all.
Yeah, Morgan said that, right? When they went to like, because they
Yes, and he treated
went,
her like shit. They said supposedly he spit in her face and smacked her and treated her like shit.
yeah, he
If
smacked her
Alex
that
would
night.
smack you like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, he said when he drank, he, like you said, he became Timmy, and
Yeah.
like he became mean, like a real asshole. And like that night, like I didn't even know. I just knew about the accident. I didn't know like how he was acting, like he was doing like kind of like wheelies, like going in circles with the boat, like scaring them. They were like scared before they even crashed, which is just awful. And
Yeah, he
other
spit on
people had
her.
injuries.
He spit and slapped her like 10, 15, 20 minutes supposedly before the crash.
Yeah, and like somebody like, I think his girlfriend, her hand got injured. This other guy's jaw. I mean, there was like a lot
Yeah,
of people
Connor
that
broke
got
his jaw
injured.
and had the gash, and then
Yeah,
Matt, was it Mallory? Her name was it Mallory?
Mallory's the one that
Died.
Mm-hmm.
She had hit her head. They said, and when unconscious,
Yeah.
she ended up drowning.
Yeah, because she like probably like she got ejected with her boyfriend. They both got like kind of ejected from the boat, you know?
Yep.
And she might have like, because it was under that bridge, I was thinking she could have hit like
One of the pilings.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And just it happened so quick, you know, she didn't even know. It probably happened really quick. I just think it's such a it's so sad, that whole thing. And it could have been prevented. He was just being a jerk. You know what I mean? And they didn't even, and they wanted to Uber home too, I think at one point. That's what they were saying in the Netflix documentary.
The heifer
Which is
next
just
door said,
sad.
I heard that her will was changed from her sister to her father-in-law. Oh, shit. See, that's... Right? That's exactly,
Interesting.
yeah. Chris Watts shoved his girls in oil tanks. Yeah.
People are
fucking-
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just
And then
never
put on
know.
a whole charade just like Alec did.
Like he could have done it. I mean, I just like, I feel like there could have been somebody waiting there too.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have had 2 different guns. He could have had one there, and he could even have
easily. There's
there.
guns
Like,
everywhere. There could have been
Right.
one in the kennel, and he could have had one like strapped to him.
I think he
Himself.
purposely
or
brought
on
2
the golf
guns
cart.
to throw everybody off. I really think
Yeah,
that.
and look how it did. If that's what it, because they do
Right.
think that there's 2 shooters possibly because
But then he tried to hire that supposedly Uncle Eddie or whatever, which was his friend.
Yeah.
Supposedly he got pills from, but
to shoot him.
Yeah, but listen, he fucking gave him almost $3 million, and it was documented all in checks. Now, no real drug dealer is going to take checks for the drugs. Sorry, they don't work like that.
So bizarre. That whole thing with Chris
I think
and
he
Eddie,
took checks for the work that he did, not for the drug.
something. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
something.
there were increments of like 10. It was always below 10K. Remember, Queen and Ellie, and then it got to like 24 towards the end, 25. But he always kept it below 10.
No real drug dealer is going to fucking take checks. I mean,
Take
you
a
just-
check. Yeah.
Yeah.
And usually
No,
like
this shit
under
bounces.
10 won't like cause any flags if it's under 10,
Yeah.
But he was a real I mean, I think it's hard to separate like him because he's a real, like, he lied to all these people. He stole so much money. Like, could he have done that? Like, why? Like, was it to buy time because it was all coming down on him? Was it to get rid of Paul because of like the shame of the family and he was going to go to jail? Like, it's just hard to, like, why? I mean, the money maybe from the houses that he could have gotten without, because she like living at Edisto, and
I truly think, guys, that something was going on with the boat case that was going to
Yeah.
put Alec in a lot of trouble.
Oh,
because
yeah.
about what he did and his son. You know what I mean? I don't think he trusted his son to be able to get through, the trial without exposing. You know what I mean? Whether it's him or you know what I
Yeah.
mean. And then
Yeah.
without him, there's no trial. You know what I mean? That's it. So I
without
really-
Paul, there was no child. There's no,
Yeah.
no liability. Like this, somebody said, no liability of civil litigation after prosecution is no longer an issue. And with Maggie gone, all assets default to Alex. Totally. I mean, that makes a good enough motive. Especially because he was so financially, I mean, the fact that he was like stealing all this money from all these people to pay back other people, like he was in a real bind. So
robbing Peter to pay
another-
Paul.
Yeah, so another that Mosul is worth like $4 million. He probably said, well, if I kill, and that's 2 less people in my family that I have to take care of. You never know how people think. I'm trying to like think like a crazy, You know, you know, you never know. Look what somebody just did to like a whole freaking family because of maybe jealousy or something.
I
That
just
one's
think he
done.
got away with so much shit, him and his family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he thought
That
he
he
can
just
get
thought he
rid
was
of this.
untouchable. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, Buster already signed away about 90% of the estate to Bocrest. Yeah. I heard that like there was like a certain like trust that was only in Buster's name that he got like a good chunk of money. But yeah, it's like the whole family legacy kind of just really like, you know,
It's
this.
over right now. It's
Yeah.
over. I mean,
I mean, I
even
guess like their
Bus
brothers are.
freaks me
Yeah.
out a little bit too with this with the Smith kid. What's his name? I'm sorry.
Steven
Steven Smith. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know, I guess there was rumors that they might have had an affair or whatnot. I don't know if his dad found out or what. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, his name came up like when they reopened the
yep,
investigation. It came up like a lot of times, maybe because like somebody was saying maybe phone records
he wasn't even hit by. They say it was
or his
supposedly laying on the street,
friends
like
were
was hit by a
there.
car. Right? He was laying in the street in the most regular
Yeah,
way. No, what's it called? Road rash. None of that stuff.
like blunt force trauma or something
Yep,
to his.
he got beat up. He got beat up bad.
Yeah, like you just never know. Like, you know, you never know. And then like Gloria Satterfield, for some reason they said they were going to exhume her body too.
That's another
But
weird one. Like, what if Maggie knew about something, that happened there? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and
Morgan thinks like Morgan in that Netflix documentary, she was like, she really thinks that he had something to do with Gloria Satterfield, that Alec had something to do with that too.
yeah, I think it was one of the maybe the sons pushed him down or whatnot. I know they said Paul, but I don't think Paul would have done that. Like what they said, she I think it could have been. I don't know whether it was an accident or not. I feel like they covered it up.
Yeah. And I even heard somebody like, I think on Emily Baker's, they talked about like, Grain's like theory about the guns being in like his father's casket. Somebody else brought that up as a theory. I mean, I don't know, but it was funny. I was like, oh my God, Grain thinks that. Remember how she was like, oh, they put him in his
That's the last place I would put it because I mean, if
yeah,
that shit
then it's
gets
like
out,
directly related right to you if they exhume a bot or
yeah.
anything. Yeah. But somebody else said that because like because he owns part of like that funeral home. And yeah, this is like such a crazy case. Oh my God. I mean, he's gonna go to jail anyway. I mean, and I don't think he'll probably just like plea, I guess, for the other.
I think that's why they focus so much on the financials because they even thought they didn't have a rock solid case because they could put him away for life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I heard that it's going to be like Jim Griffith is going to be the one that's doing the closing arguments for the defense. That Poot isn't. I'm so upset. I got so depressed. I was like,
Is that the really old one?
Yeah, Poot is
Oh
the
my
like the
God.
senator, Dick Carputi. I don't know. He's so funny. I don't know why. He's like very comical to watch, but he's not doing the closing. It's gonna be the other is they're both like, I mean, I think Griffin is really a great lawyer. His other lawyer, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that they did such a good job. I mean, I guess they didn't have enough. It's all like circumstantial. Do you know what I mean? And there was a lot that happened that night that they didn't go to like. It took a long time for them to go to his mother's house and get a search warrant, like months.
Yeah, didn't they let his brother freaking like close everything off too?
Yeah, like they
What
said that he like when he testified, he made it seem, he was like doing it for Paul, like he was cleaning it up for Paul, but he was like cleaning up a crime scene. Like it
it's
just
just
makes
common sense. You know what I mean?
I
Like that's so
know.
common sense. They're not stupid people. It's just,
I wonder if that was part of like if Alec did do it, part of his plan was like calling all these people, everybody coming there, all people from all the lawyers from his law firm, just getting everybody there just to like muddy the place even more, just muddy the crime scene to the extent of it that they did,
he's a
because
professional con artist. So I mean, I want to put it past him.
yeah. I
All
mean,
these people we stole so much
he
money from.
lied to all those people, and like he had to like come up with like, or he gave them like part of the money. Like he had to just like get really good at lying to people. Do you know what I mean?
He
So
didn't even give any money to not the house sitter, but the maid's sons, right? Didn't he take the whole $2 million and change or whatever it was?
yeah, all of it, like the whole thing. But they got it. I mean, they got it finally.
That's a motive to do that because he's gonna take, you know what I mean? Just taking the case alone was gonna make money. You know what I mean?
It's so Ozark. Like, did you ever see Ozark on Netflix? This whole
No,
thing.
I don't know a lot of people like it. I watched one episode. I
Yeah.
couldn't get into it.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's really good. Yeah, this is very like just just how complicated it is and like the power of it. Well, they kind of created their own power in this town over, in Ozark, but in this one it was over centuries, over
Yeah.
over like 100 years that they like.
That's what's crazy. 100 years.
Yeah, I think it's crazy they had to take down his his grandfather's portrait from the courthouse.
What was the point of that?
Just so that, that wouldn't be good to have him, have like his, a Murdoch like hanging in the courthouse during his trial.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like, it's just not a good look. You know what I mean? Like, just like a reminder. I don't know. It just made sense that they took it down, I think, for the kind of
They
funny.
replaced it with.
Yeah, probably like there's like an empty spot.
Right.
It's funny. What did Green say? How do we know he used the hose? We don't really.
Didn't he say he used the hose? I thought he said he used the hose.
Well, there was like a hose on during that video with like him talking that puts him at the scene of the crime. You could hear water, and I think did John Marvin, did he say on the stand that he used the hose? I think he did.
I thought that's how I got in my head that you used the hose to start, cleaning up for. It was just weird. Like, I know he's not an attorney, but both his other brothers are, I believe, right?
Yeah, he's.
It's just.
Yeah.
To me, it's unfathomable that he doesn't know not to touch the crime scene. It just makes no sense. Zero.
Yeah. Okay, the caretaker said that the hose had. Oh yeah, the caretaker. He was the guy that came and did he testified he would like come and clean the kennels like twice a day and like feed them and stuff. And I think that's the caretaker that they're talking about that said that the hoses was put back wrong.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But then he admits that. Is that why he admits on the stand?
Groundskeeper. What?
Is that why the brother admits when he was on the stand that he was trying? Is that the brother that went on? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why he probably did
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like.
Was he a witness, or did the prosecutor call him up?
He was for the defense because they only had a few.
Oh, I guess that's the reason why they brought him up, so they didn't say that Alec was the one that hosed everything off or something like. I don't know. It's just weird.
And and just like he tried to I guess to have some kind of support, I guess too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really.
Sure they didn't think he did it at first, but I know for a fact there can't be a single person in that family that actually believes this fucking con artist.
Okay, so Father Grain says, I don't think John Marvin said he used the hose, but I believe he did. He got permission to clean. Yeah, it's so weird that he got permission to clean because it was like.
Oh yeah, he said he helped clean it up, right? Maybe it wasn't the hose, but what did he use?
Yeah. I'm gonna go back and listen to that now. I'll go listen to it.
Water, so.
Just very, liquid. Because it was like out and like on dirt and like right.
Yeah, I mean the kennels. If he was, wasn't he found right by
like Paul was in like the entrance of the kennel.
Yeah, that would probably be concrete. I don't think.
So that would be concrete. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep the dogs in the dirt like that.
Yeah, you're right. Because I was thinking entrance, but like entrance would be concrete. I was thinking like outside entrance, but.
And I know they said his brains were like on the top part. I hate saying that.
Yeah. I mean, okay, this is like something that somebody was saying that was interesting. Okay, so like say he did like hire somebody, like why then did he like leave like 5 minutes before that like why did he give him like more time to get out of there? Like why didn't he leave like have them come, like, I don't know, maybe he had to like lead them down there, but like also like if it was a professional, if he say he did hire and it was a professional, like it wasn't like the cleanest.
Oh, Sticky saying John didn't clean until after the investigation and everything was done. But that should have been an investigation for days. You know what I mean? To be quite honest, after I guess with all that, I don't even know how to say that with all the brain. I guess you do have to clean it up, but I
They
don't know.
usually have like
Crime
these
scene.
people, crime scene people that will come in like when they're told like that. Remember how with Idaho we saw them coming, but then remember they halted it, but that was like so long after. That was like months after.
Yeah, but I think they were they didn't
But-
remove any of the beds and any of that stuff for a minute, right?
Yeah, I mean, you would think because it's like biohazard, but they left it like as it was, But like that's what people do because of the biohazardness of like with blood and such. You know what I mean? Like that's why like they have people come do it as like a service. But I feel like he said that he was. Yeah, I don't remember when, but
Granted,
he
I know it
John.
wasn't a crime scene anymore, but maybe what I'm saying is maybe they just cleaned it up too early without doing all their dotting their I's and crossing their T's type thing. And why would you just have a family member do it? Why wouldn't you have, like Ellie said, someone in the police department go in there and do it correctly? I don't know. I guess maybe I'm thinking different.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
It's all weird. It's all whacked. Every bit of it.
It was
This
the
is 4
next
minutes,
day.
46 seconds into this freaking thing, and I
It was
guarantee
the next
she's
day. It should still have been a crime scene. Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Like they didn't really like, I mean, I guess they did do like a search of the whole place, and she said she did look, but they didn't go to where his alibi was, like because he could have taken a shower there, and he
So
could
wait, the
have
police are never Butterfield's the
went
police
there
are
like
never responsible for cleaning up a crime scene.
usually like it's usually like a service that comes in and does it.
I don't know how I could ever do that. You know what I mean?
It's like usually like they have services that that do that. Like I remember when like Bullhorn was outside of Idaho, and like she was out there when they were coming to clean it up, but then it was halted because the defense halted it.
Damn, it's up to the homeowner. Green saying even in a murder that's so weird to me.
The homeowner pays for it. That makes sense.
Well, it's up to the homeowner who cleans it up. She said.
Like just like how we were looking before at like BryanKohberger's house, like they broke it in, but like they don't clean it up. They have to get somebody to.
Well, yeah,
They
that's not where
won't.
the murders took place, though. They just broke in and took
No, I
him
know.
out.
I'm just saying, but like in general, like so it's the
Yeah.
same kind of concept. Like they're not gonna like too bad. Like they're not. I mean, I would think that the police would do that, but I don't know. I guess that the police would work with like agency that comes in and cleans stuff up.
Just in case they find other stuff around, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it would happen at night, so I guess what happened? They cleaned up the next day, I would assume. I don't know.
That seems like a quick time to like release it. Yeah, the follow says the police don't do crime cleanup, but I would think they would just like have companies that they would hire to do it.
Yeah, I didn't think the police did
Yeah.
it. I just thought there was like a you know what I mean? Like,
But who hires that? It's not like, do the family hire that, or is it just like hired through the police department or whoever? I don't know. That's like logistical shit that who knows,
I have no clue either.
Yeah. What happened? What was that?
Just hit my knee.
Ow. That doesn't sound like it hurt.
Yeah, I'll shake it off.
Yeah.
It's midnight. I gotta roll like a fat kid down a hill.
I know, me too. We'll wait till Queen comes back.
Yep.
Like, what'd you say? Like a
fat kid down a hill. Gotta roll down a hill. I heard this since I was a kid. That's what I always say.
Homeowner, probably. Yeah, I guess it depends. Like, and interesting that guy. I mean, you heard that they're like tearing down the house too, and I think it's interesting. Like, he said it's being donated to the university.
With the Idaho House.
Yeah, he's
So they're
donating
gonna tear it down, and then
they're
they're
tearing
gonna
it
redo it?
down, and they're donating the land.
Oh.
To the university. I wonder how that works because the guy like who owned it you know.
He probably sold the land and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is,
He-
he's gonna lose money on the just mowing down the house. But no one's gonna buy that house with all that.
Oh
what
no,
happened.
I know. I mean, I just think like it's different, like because people like, oh, the Watts house was sold and stuff, but like on a university, like, don't you think like it will just be like an ice? People will just be like, oh my god, that's where it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have to get rid of it on a
It's a
university.
college
but
town. People that
it's
come in, like
different.
new people, like, oh, this is with Idaho for, or you know what I mean? It's gonna be like
Yeah,
a tourist attraction, which is sad as
I
hell.
know. I really always thought I'm glad they're like tearing it down too. You know. But I just like I wonder how that works. Maybe like I don't know, tax. Like how does he like donate it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like a big we don't know who the guy
Maybe
is.
he's a wealthy dude. I think
Yeah,
he's probably wealthy as hell.
yeah. And that's like a tax write-off or something. Yes, the homeowner has to arrange and pay for cleanup. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, what if there's nobody left in the home to like arrange for it and pay for the cleanup? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, who does it then? I guess it would have to be up to the city.
The estate or something. The
Yeah, the
estate.
state come and do it. I would just
Whoever.
think that if you have to hire somebody, it has to be like a forensic.
Well, they
team.
donated it to the school.
Yeah.
The school. They would have to pay for that.
Yeah. Oh, we were just talking about like cleanup too, like of a house, like a crime scene. Because some people were like the homeowner has to. People are saying the homeowner has to pay for it.
Yeah, usually they have to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the same
can they
thing.
just get anybody they want to come get, like just any cleaners, like the day after,
They have
like
to specialize in blood, borne pathogens and cleaning up blood and stuff, and health hazardous
Yeah.
materials.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's like companies that deal with it. Totally.
that makes more sense.
Yeah. I'm so glad they're knocking it down too. Yeah. What a like. Yeah. It would just be like, even if people live, like I wouldn't ever want my kids or anybody, I would never want to live there. But like, people would like just stalk it and take pictures in front. I don't know. It would become like,
100%. Every freshman that goes there for the next 10 years, 15 years is going to drive by the house and take pictures and be like, you know what I mean? This is the
or just be freaked out by it. And just, I don't know. I just think it's better because it's such a unique looking house too. It's just better for it to.
Yeah.
Put something else there, or like not even a park, because like why put a park? Like it's different with like 9/11, they put up a memorial, but putting a park there where they were killed, I don't know, that doesn't make sense.
How do you take your kids to the place that, you know what I mean? That
like that's maybe like like somewhere else on campus, like a bench or a building, something else, or like a little garden or something, but not like right where it happened
I
either.
think garden's a good idea.
Yeah.
A bunch of flowers or whatever. It's just sad.
Yeah, it's really sad.
I got a roll, Queen. It's midnight on the dot for me.
Okay. Queen, you there?
Yes, I sure am. I will see you later, bub.
Later, guys. Have a good night.
We'll see you later. Ellie, I'm going to probably jump off here too. I'm sure you're tired too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry,
Long
guys.
day.
Oh, chicken cutlets.
We'll see you later, man.
I'll see you.
All right, baby. We'll see you later.
tomorrow.
See you later.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
we'll
having me.
jump on tomorrow and stuff and hang out.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
We'll see you later, baby. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
I'll talk to y'all later. We'll see you. Skedaddle time. Time to skedaddle and get your butts in bed. Gotta get up early. Good night, y'all.